We are live.
Welcome.
Alright. Thank you so much. Alright. Welcome, everyone, to the first episode of Echoes of the Maker, my four-part Dungeons & Dragons stream set in New Phyrexia using Lit Yara's incredible Glistener's Guide to New Phyrexia, a developmental supplement that they are working incredibly hard on. And thank you for joining us for this amazing cause. We are raising money all month long for the Trevor Project right here on MTG Critical at Twitch and on Blue Sky. And yeah, we're trying to raise $1,500 for charity. I do this every August. And I'm just super excited to be doing it again. I'm super excited to have all of these wonderful players here with me today to tell this beautiful story for you all. And so we'll just get the business stuff out of the way first. You want to know, what do I get for donating to the Trevor Project? Well, every $5 that you donate to the Trevor Project enters you into a raffle. The raffle winners will be chosen live on stream September 1st. And you have amazing prizes you could win. I've got sealed boxes of Phyrexia. I've got March of the Machine. All will be won.
Whoa.
I have vintage cards like this Armageddon that no one's gonna want you to put in a deck. Looking at Oz in the game right now. I have sealed
Ooh.
Magicon 2025 exclusives to give away. I have sealed Dungeons and Dragons miniatures that will be raffled away. Throughout the month, I will be making commander decks live on stream like I did last night. And in an amazing Quiver Time deck box, you could win a fully made, fully sleeved commander deck built live. Each deck will contain a card that is altered by me. This Ragost that we built last night will have this soul ring that I painted to resemble Sothera.
That's beautiful.
I've got
MTG Critical Original.
It's really nice.
MTG Critical Original. I've got. I gotta back up to grab more stuff. 1 second.
There's so much good stuff.
I know, and I'm keeping it all. I have more stuff that I just don't have because people donated altars, people have donated art, and I just don't have that with me to show you on stream right now, but it will be here. I've got pre-release kits from March of the Machine, Edge of Eternities, and others. Quiver Time, in their infinite compassion and, philanthropic attitude, donated lots of Quiver Time goodies.
That's a big word for Elmo.
Ooh.
Right. I have their brand new Nexus deck boxes. Each one will be going out to a lucky winner of the
They're
Wow.
so pretty.
Each one of their standard plastic deck boxes will contain a fully made, sleeved commander deck. You don't know which commander you're going to get or which deck you're going to get, but I'm going to make them. So they'll probably
that's
be
so
bracket
great.
2.
Right. Unless it has an Armageddon.
Then I have a brand new sealed... I won't put the Armageddon in a deck, I promise. I have a brand new sealed, vibrant red quiver. It's going to go out to one of you lucky winners. And all you have to do is donate today to the Trevor Project, help our LGBTQ youth with risk management and all kinds of beautiful programs that they have out there. And yeah, I'm just super excited to be doing this again this year. And I'm excited to have all of you here with me. So, without gilding the lily and with no more ado, I would love to get into some player introductions. So, first off, I'll just go around in the circle that I have on my screen. Oz, take it away.
Oh no, that's not what we talked about earlier.
Tell the people who you are, where they can find you.
My name is Oz. I need to look at the camera because I got dinged on a job interview for that once. Hi, my name is Oz. I talk about Vorthos and art content on Blue Sky. I love art that inspired magic and magic that inspired art in general, and vice versa. So I like to draw parallels between art of the time and then art that was made in magic concurrently. I don't do much of that. Else than that, I guess on stream sometimes. I hope to stream soon, and I'm happy to be here. Lijar, you made an awesome setting, and I can't wait to play my little himbo Mir. Do we do character introductions now or later?
Later.
Okay, later. Great. That's me.
All right. Then we got my boy Ricky.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Lana Ricky. That's 2 L's, like the elves. I'm the editor for Jane Plays Magic. We have shot a couple episodes at last MagicCon, so the last one out is featuring James here, MTG Critical, and that TCG guy. It's a very cool one. Check it out. Yeah, I'm also very excited to be playing here in this setting and stuff, and that's it for me.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. All right. Keep it going with Jane.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jane. I also work for Jane Plays Magic. What a surprise. We play some of the worst Magic you've ever seen. So if that's your kind of jam, come by. Watch a Bracket 2 game.
1 second, guys.
Ooh.
Oh, whoops.
What have you done?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
All right. I'm keep it
Everything
rocking.
that just happened. Oh my god.
What's going on?
Nothing. I did something horrifying, and it doesn't matter now. We're gonna move right past it. On to Gwen.
It's probably nothing.
Okay.
Or that strange oil. Anyway, hi, yeah, I'm Gwen. You can find me on Blue Sky at Gwen the Dragon, making bad jokes and posting images of cards I spend too much money on. Yeah, that's about what I do these days. I do have a YouTube channel, GemTG. It's on a bit of a hiatus right now, but hopefully I'll be back by the end of the summer.
Beautiful. All right, and then finally to round us out, we've got the incredible Lityara.
Hi everyone, I'm Lityara. I'm Lityara on Blue Sky, and Lityara-Mirror Lake on Tumblr. Yes, like the place in Kaldheim. I am a Vorthos content creator, mostly D&D homebrewer, DM, forever DM, infect player in my free time.
Ooh.
Does this surprise you?
Nasty.
And I wrote the Glistener's Guide. I am so excited to see my book go live on a stream. And I'm working on some essays analyzing Black Mana and the themes of Undertale and Deltarune for Undertale's 10th anniversary. That's
Hell yeah.
pretty cool. Not related to New Phyrexia, but pretty cool. So that'll be on my Tumblr and Blue Sky.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I mean, you will be seeing my work in this stream because we are going to be playing in New Phyrexia. I hope you all enjoy.
We are. All right. And with that, we will get started. The air is thick with the reek of rust and oil. Every breath leaving the taste of metal on your tongue. The hum of distant machinery echoes through the scrap labyrinth, never close enough to see, but always close enough to hear. A faint ping, 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 cuts through the silence, mechanical and deliberate. You follow it through jagged corridors of corroded steel until you find the source. A battered crawler transport, its hull buckled and blackened from some long past blast. Inside, hunched over a mess of wires, cracked plating, and flickering lenses, Sereth Iron Eye enters the room. He doesn't waste any time as he approaches you, Lityara. You're late. No matter. I caught something. Big. A message on their network. Took me 3 weeks to get this receiver working, and 3 seconds to wish I hadn't. Lityara, you are sitting in a small meeting room. The sound of creaking metal can be heard outside of the door to your left. A very large Core-born Phyrexian is sitting in a chair. He has just taken a seat across the table from you. You can see he has this beautiful, cracked, almost gunmetal gray chest plate. On his hip, he has a very large scimitar. And as he sits, you see his left eye blinks differently from his right. You know that he has the implanted eye of a long defunct Mir. And it blinks as he's analyzing the room around you. Please tell our audience what Lityara looks like.
So I, Lityara, am playing Imnirix, a core-born, furnace-forged Phyrexian. He too stands at a towering 7 feet tall, but hunched in the small meeting room in anticipation of what he's about to encounter and the mission that he sees ahead of him. He's somehow shrunk himself, crumpling over his large frame. And if one were to look at him, it would almost be difficult to discern the lineage of his birth, because above his iron metal plating and his burning ember core are riveted all kinds of other pieces of Phyrexian plating, as if the debris of Phyrexia crawled together and formed this being that stands in spite of it all. And slung across his back is a double-bladed longsword with small magical flames rippling periodically across its blade. And draped across his back is a shimmering, red-hued cloak.
Gorgeous.
Facing the other Phyrexian, he doesn't waste any time. He leans in, he asks, "What have you found?"
He reaches down onto the table and he slides a data slate across the table to you. Shimmering on the front of this screen, you see an encrypted message. Phyrexian script begins to flash and flicker in front of you. You can read it immediately. You've intercepted a transmission. The source appears to be Vraska. Encrypted signature appears to be coming from the Obsidian Bloom, and the recipient, you see, was meant to be the Etched Host High Command. As you read, the data slate says, "The observatory's heart still beats. The Mir whisper to one another in a tongue older than the furnace and the dross. They hum in the dark places, hidden from Elishnorn's sight. That hum is a key, a frequency that will open a door neither she nor her saints will be able to close. The Vidalcan believed that their tower reached into the void itself, searching for distant truths. Now it shall serve us. I have seen what sleeps in those machines. I have heard its name spoken in dreams not my own. Send your fastest, send your silent ones. We cannot allow the resistance to find it before we do. The Mir will guide you to the door. The key will be waiting. Long live the host." As soon as you're done reading that, Sereth leans forward and he says, "You have no doubt in this moment how important this is to us. You can clearly see something is calling from the Vidalcan Observatory." And he says, "I would like you to assemble a core group of people from this outpost in order to serve this mission, in order to reach this signal before the Etched Host can. We are lucky that we intercepted this, but we won't be lucky for long, so you must make haste." And then we will fade. We will fade from there, and then I will read the prologue.
I will mention just a little bit. Imnirix seems taken. He murmurs the name Vraska under his breath. There's thought. There's a lot of things roiling behind his masked eyes. This team, they'll be Mirrans, won't they?
More than likely.
Understood. I will do my best.
And we fade to black. The invasion has come without mercy, mere weeks into it, just as the oldest Mirran warnings have foretold. In mere weeks, New Phyrexia's skies have begun to burn red with war. Strongholds, once thought unassailable, have collapsed beneath the might of Norn's armies. The proud bastions of the resistance now lay in smoldering ruin. Their defenders twisted into the ranks of enemy, bodies remade, their wills erased. What remains of the Mirren resistance has been scattered to the shadows, small bands of fighters clinging to life in the cracks of this nightmare world. Supply lines, the few that existed, are long gone, and safe havens have been overrun. Messages between cells are rare, costly, and dangerous, and most who still fight do not know that their stand might never be remembered. Far beneath the corroded surface, the dross pits, the mephedros, stretch like a festering wound, sinkholes of black metal and poison air, where the walls weep ichor and the ground is a jagged graveyard of broken machines. Pools of sludge hiss and burn through anything that lingers too long. Phyrexian patrols stalk the tunnels, their voices like grinding steel in the dark. Here, in the rusting bones of a dead age, hope is a commodity far too rare to give up. Reports of a signal, faint and unassuming, have begun to spread across the sphere. A signal that appears to be emanating from a long-forgotten Vidalcan observatory. Long ago, it had been a jewel of knowledge on Mirrodin, its lenses crafted to peer into the blind eternities themselves. Now, its skeletal frame juts from the mire, stripped of its glass, its data, and its scholars. Nothing left but a leaning spire, a wounded sentinel watching the end of its world. From a broken causeway overlooking the pit, the Squadron, X5.04L, a small band of resistance fighters partially known for stealth, but mostly for their constant disruption of Phyrexian supply lines, caught a flicker. A faint, deliberate pulse from a relay tower to the east. The war has taken nearly everything from these fighters. Families have been torn apart, entire cities swept beneath the wave of oil and steel, an infinite number of lives potentially lost to Yawgmoth's will. But this signal, captured on accident by scouts that haven't seen the light of the suns in months, is no ordinary scrap of intercepted code. It can't be. A hum. A distant signal buried beneath the crumbling skeleton of Mirrodin now lies within reach. They simply need to get it. Doing so before Shieldred's Etch Host can will prove to be the true challenge. Here is where our story takes place. Here is the group that Lityara was tasked with forming, and here is the group that Lityara succeeded in forming. When Realmbreaker split open the multiverse, chaos erupted and death followed. But here, in the heart of the Dross, you have found something worth risking what little remained. Lityara, you enter into the same meeting room that you left mere days ago. Except this time, you are not alone. Standing on one end of the room, you see Sereth, Iron Eye, leaning over a hutch with documents and data slates spread out in front of him. A man planning for a war that he has no hope of winning. But you enter, and alongside you, we see, and we'll start with you, Oz.
Short, very small, 3 feet max. A minuscule mite compared to Rix's tall 7-foot frame. But head held high. There's a mirror, like with a that basically has like a ferrofluid mohawk going down the center of the crest, that just undulates and breaks off every now and then. on his shoulders a hex gold mantle that breaks down to the collar where a collarbone would be, and then flows down the back in like this like jingling chain link droop of armor that Rix has seen. If he assesses a danger, it magnifies to him and covers his body. Shield, large, circular with hex gold plating on top, used for bashing, and one long sword shoved into the back of his under the armor, Wonder Woman style in the dance scene, so he can pull it out whenever he needs. And just short, just a very small mere boy.
All right. Shortly after that.
Go
ahead.
I'm sorry. One more thing. He had been created with the Phyrexian circle slash on his crest. He has since recarved that to have the slash still and the circle, but he has widened it to form the crest of an eye on top. So he has kind of made it his own.
All right. Shortly after that, Valideus, you enter this room.
Yeah, you see this 6 foot tall Vidalcan, who in this universe, they're still the blue skinned people, but they have 4 arms. So you see a kind of normal set of arms at the shoulders, and then a slightly smaller set under those. And you see him walk, and he has the larger ones poised behind him, and he kind of gestures and stuff with the smaller ones instead. And he's kind of covered in this like bulky hex gold armor. It's shiny and gleaming and almost like egg shaped, with the top part off for where his head is. And yeah, that's Valdez.
All right. And then we have Lorenial.
Lorenial walks in, and she's got this long javelin that she carries in one spindly arm, and she moves it like a walking stick, dulling the point with every step. She's clearly not used to using it as a weapon as much as this crutch. She's 6.5 feet tall, and her lightly green skin kind of shimmers in the light as she looks down her nose at the small mirror in the room. She's got gold braids that flow down the back of her, and a silver undersuit, almost like a little catsuit. And then this like gold organic looking armor over the top, almost like a bone structure-y corset. She's a very striking figure. She's thin, she's tall, she is creepy elf.
Beautiful. And then we have Hayes enters.
Yeah, so Hayes, as opposed to all these giant people, is like normal height, like maybe like 5'8", 5'9". Just a human. They got like kind of like a messy pixie cut almost sort of thing going on, like dark black, real pale skin. Got like a scar across an eye with an eye patch over it. And yeah, they just kind of walk in with everyone else. I'm bad at describing characters, so that's that.
No, it's totally all right. You are A-OK. You've all entered this room. Individually, at least, you've all been in this room many times. Your squadron essentially lives out of this quote-unquote cell. This area of subtly, magically sort of protected and slightly disguised barracks that the Mirren Resistance uses. However, you are also familiar with the Phyrexians that also inhabit this barracks. All of you have had interactions with Imnyrix, with Sereth. These Phyrexians that have long since gotten rid of the shackles of the oil, the shackles of Elishnorn's grand design, if you will. As you all enter this room, it is rather cramped now. That 5 of you are in this room with Sereth. Sereth is not a small being. He was clearly a hulking figure before wearing armor. With his armor on, he is simply a sight to behold, a behemoth of an entity. And he turns and he sees all of you enter this room. And he takes a deep, heavy breath. You can hear the sort of guttural depth of his voice as he exhales. And he says, "Well done, Lityara. Your duty here has not gone unnoticed." And he says, "Welcome. What we're about to discuss here today, I'm sure Lityara has informed you, should not leave this barracks. It should not leave this group." Yes, Imnirix, I'm so sorry. It should not leave this group. I am tasking you with a mission that is profound. We have received an incoming transmission that was not meant for us. We have intercepted transmissions that appear to be sent from Vraska herself to the Etched Host High Command. And it is with my solemn duty that I must task you all with helping me. Long ago...
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, Imnirus speaks up. He says, "Thank you." He speaks in common. His voice rings with the metallic hollow tones you would recognize of an adult Phyrexian, but carefully pared down, as if he's worked to demetallacize his voice enough. He mostly stays out of the way during this introduction, but he is certainly, if it were possible, smaller looking than he was when he was just with Sereth alone. He almost wilts into his own cloak. He watches with the attentiveness of a small newt, and just about as much nervousness. Although he tries not to show it, one of his claw tips twitches spasmodically against his thigh.
Are there any data slates available and stuff around that
Yes,
he's going to use later?
Yeah, absolutely. So sitting on the table in front of you, this rather small meeting table. It's about 4 foot across by 3 foot wide. There's only one chair on either side of it. But you can see strewn across this table, there are numerous data slates. The one sitting directly in front of Sereth is the intercepted transmission that he had shown Imnirix a few days previously. But as well as many other data slates. You see maps of regions near you. You see blueprints that are detailing structures that this squadron clearly has intent of investigating or analyzing in some capacity.
We're going to see Valadeus kind of just naturally glide towards all that information and data and just kind of be just gleaning that stuff, almost just directly beelining for that kind of stuff.
All right.
And may I get the squadron name again? That's
Yes.
our name?
Yeah. Let me bring it back up.
Because for branding purposes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, for sure. Your squadron's title is X5.04L.
Okay.
Loreniel is listening attentively, but she is touching her javelin with both hands and kind of standing in a corner. She's not touching any chairs or surfaces or anything like that. She looks a little nervous about being in the room with 2 Phyrexians. She keeps glancing between one and the other.
Okay.
Imnirix notices. He tries to make himself smaller.
All right.
Hayes kind of finds his seat and just sits very bisexually in a chair, just like holds it around, like sitting backwards on it. Just,
I was wondering if it was
right in the middle of the room.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was backwards or like 1 foot up on the chair, 1 foot down,
no.
Dangerous
They
minds.
do not seem to care at all who
And
is
the
there.
Commander Riker.
Yeah. Sereth sees all of you sort of kind of pulling apart a little bit and analyzing different elements of the room and your environment. And he says, "I need your utmost focus in these moments. Long ago, a Vidalcan observatory existed when this realm was still known as Mirrodin. The ruins still exist, long overrun, long since destroyed. However, the signal does appear to be emanating from those ruins. They appear to be Mir in origin, and we suspect that this is not a Mir signal, it is a code of some sort. And I would like you to go retrieve the code. I would like you to bring it back, and ideally, we would accomplish this before the Etched Host manages to make their way to the code. I have no way in this moment of knowing if the Etched Host has already realized that it is not just a signal, but we don't have any time to waste. That is why I tasked Imnirix with finding you all, and that is why I must trust you all implicitly with this task. And he kind of steps back, and he takes a deep breath, and he says, "You all know how treacherous our world is right now. So it is not an exaggeration for me to tell you that this could make or break us as a species, as a Phyrexian people united under the common cause of community and just overcoming the will of the oil itself. Will you undertake this mission?" And he kind of looks around. Imnirix, you notice that he doesn't look at you. As he's looking around, he's more focused on what the others' intentions are in this moment. He knows you incredibly well, and you know Sereth very well. He knows that you are already in, as it were. He knows your intentions for bringing about a peace on Phyrexia for all of Phyrexia. And so as he makes this plea, as he asks for your assistance in this matter, Imnirix, you just see very clearly that he never makes eye contact with you in this moment. But he does everyone else.
Loreniel steps up first. She will say, "Yes, I am prepared. I'm used to moving through enemy territory, and I'm here to defend my homeland."
Very well.
She doesn't smile. She's very serious.
Valadeus is still looking at the maps and stuff and things. He doesn't look up, but he says, this observatory has been a place of learning and enlightenment for many years. The idea of these edge hosts getting a hold of anything from there is quite perturbatory. I will do my best to prevent this.
Thank you for your understanding.
Circlebreaker looks to Sereth, excuse me, and are you asking or are you commanding?
There's a very thin line these days, isn't there? Some could say it is a command. I would prefer if you were willing to do it of your own accord.
I will not follow someone who is not that does not have their scruples about them. But I will follow Rix. They have the good head.
Imnirix kind of gives a little jolt at that, but just gives a nod a little bit too quickly. You can tell that, or I guess Sereth could probably best tell that he's incredibly tense. But he is trying his very best to project a still exterior.
In these horrific times, a tiny crack is all it takes to destroy someone's resolve. I will shield my friends.
As he scans,
Hayes is like,
he looks
yeah.
at Hayes.
He's just like leaning back, like almost like to the point of falling off the chair, but just like pushing it back forward and then leaning back again. It was like, hell yeah. I was like, good time, sure.
Then we shall waste no time. Here, he slides across a few data slates. Valideus, he hands them to you, since you have been the only one showing clear and visible interest in these. He hands you the intercepted transmission data slate. He begins sifting underneath one of the blueprints that you were recently looking at. He pulls out a small a small screen. It's similar to the data slates, except it has a switch on the side, and when you click it, a small hologram appears above it, and you can see spinning a set of ruins. You can very clearly read in Phyrexian. It says it's the Vidalcan observatory.
Observatory.
And so he hands that to you, and he says, if my memory serves me correctly, you will need a mirror to enter this observatory. And he looks down at Circle Breaker, and he says, "For that, I am eternally grateful that you are traversing with them."
We will not let you come to undue harm. You are not a tool to us.
I am pointed as I am wielded, and I have no qualms.
The Mephidros, as you all know, is primarily navigated through an extensive series of tunnels. There are massive lakes and reservoirs of ichor and just toxin throughout this sphere. So to navigate that, many members of the Resistance and even Phyrexians use tunnels that traverse beneath a lot of these hazardous obstacles. You have a map, Validace. You have been given a map, but Imnirix, you are also incredibly adept at traversing a lot of these tunnels. Most of you are. You are all selected by Imnirix because you have all, at one point in time or another, some of you many times, aided in stealth missions from this very barracks that traverse these tunnels to intercept Phyrexian supply lines, to cut off passages that would have otherwise been used to parade troops through on the March of the Machines, as it were. But in these brief moments, I would love to get an idea of what each of your characters is doing in the immediate 30 minutes or so following this meeting, as you prepare yourself to undertake a mission that has very dire consequences, not just for your people, but for the plane itself and for the multiverse as a whole. So starting with Hayes, we'll start with you. Each of you have approximately 30 minutes before you're set to convene at the entrance to this barracks and make your way to the observatory.
Yes, man, I don't know.
I would just like to know where your character's head is at in these moments.
Hayes is probably just like mentally pumping themselves up. Like, this is gonna be just another walk in the park, just another journey to someplace dangerous, and you're gonna get out of it fine, like you always do. And yeah, we're just gonna go right to the meeting place and sit down on the ground and like draw in the dirt and shit.
Hell yeah, I love that. Very ready, eager and just ready
Yeah.
to get going. Gorgeous. Lorenial.
Mhm.
Lorenial first would go immediately to her house, which is sort of like an elevated treehouse. She prefers to live a little off ground. And she would get her maps of the Mephidros swamp and make sure that she's got everything. I don't think she's ever been to the Vidalcan Observatory, so she doesn't have anything about that. Yeah. But she's very, very familiar, even though she finds the tunnels distasteful. She does have some good records about which ones are safe. And then she would go to the bakery and she would just stock up on every cookie that she thinks she could reasonably pack in her backpack without getting crumpled.
All right. When you make your way through this barracks, it is sort of like a small town. It has to be. And while a lot of residents don't eat, many still do. So you do have these small outposts of Viridian and Vidalcan and Volshock and even Auriok Human that are still sort of trying to latch on and keep their grip on that old way of life. And so you are able to scrounge up a few baked goods from people that are still kind of trying to sell things, and or it's more bartering right now, but you're able to acquire all of that, no problem.
I feel like every baker in town knows my name.
Buying them out every day. Valideus, what are you doing to prepare for this mission?
Okay. Valadeus is probably going to first do a final check on all of his gear, his different pieces of his armor stuff, because it's made of different magical items kind of like attached and screwed together. So making sure all of those have their charges and are calibrated. And then he's going to spend the rest of his time probably heading into any kind of like the Vulcan centers of like, places where they're going to be a lot of, and trying to gather any information on the observatory,
Okay.
any stuff people know about it in the Vulcan communities, and any living relatives of people there, any of that kind of stuff, or any kind of things they might want him to take care of while in that area.
Sure. As you're kind of making your way through this small Vodalcan community, it's difficult in these moments because you're going on a mission that is unlike any other that you've been sent on before. This is one of the few times where you have been explicitly told not to tell others about this mission. It simply cannot. The Resistance simply cannot afford for this information to spread beyond a controllable bound. But as you make your way through your familial group of people, so sorry. The notification sounds from my Twitch are incredibly loud, and I forgot to turn them off before this. So you're gonna see me jump a couple times.
So real.
But as you make your way through this community, are you reaching out? I know that you briefly mentioned it. Are you reaching out to the Vidalcan elders that you know about this observatory? Are you asking any questions about it or anything like that?
Yes, I'd probably be trying to glean anything they were working on, like more complete nature of the science and work that they were doing and stuff before.
Yeah, so when you're getting ready to leave, you have to make your way back through the domicile that you were gathering and checking all of your gear from, and sitting at a desk near the front entrance, like she always is a very familiar face. Her name is Averil, and you know her very well. She is a very matronly figure for the Vidalcans in this cell, in this township, if you will. She is easily one of the oldest Vidalcan still living that you know of. And when you bring up the observatory with her, she goes deep in thought. You see her eyes, they kind of glass a little bit. She gets a little bit of a smirk as she begins to recall tales of the old world, as it were, of Mirrodin. While it's not a place she was ever blessed to inhabit, when it still was Mirrodin, she knows about it through tales passed down from family members. The Vidalcan Observatory was once a gleaming center of knowledge for the Vidalcan. They were attempting to peer past the plane itself. They were trying to develop a a lens, a series of lenses that could pierce into the blind eternities themselves. As far as she knows, this was never accomplished, but it was something that her family told her about often. That the Vidalcan had dreams that lied beyond the known, beyond the plane that they inhabited. And she kind of pauses a little bit while she's talking, and she smiles as she's remembering these family members, as she's remembering these stories. And then she pauses, and then she remembers that she was talking to you. You see this moment where it almost feels like she was rambling and she lost track that she was in a conversation to begin with. She's looking down for most of this story, and she pauses and she looks up and she kind of blinks a couple times and she goes, "Oh, Valideus." And she says, "How may I help you?" And she's completely forgotten the conversation began.
Oh.
Val,
What a sweetie.
Valdes is just kind of sidestep past the emotional tones and stuff of all that stuff, being a very strict Tolkien. It's just going to be like, no, madam, you have helped me enough. I think I should be getting you back to your domicile.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. And she like very brittly begins to stand up. As a lanky species already, she is withered would be the best way to describe the physicality of this woman. Her skin might as well just be on bone itself. You see the joints in her elbow as she moves. You see the skin hanging from beneath her chin. Her hair is thinning. And she begins to slowly walk with you as you finalize your preparations. Circle Breaker, we pan to you. What is Circle Breaker doing in these final moments before he leaves this township?
He's got 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah.
Do we know how long it is until we get to the observatory?
According to the maps that Valideus was given, as long as the route is free of obstacle, it'll take you approximately 8 to 12 hours on foot to traverse to the observatory.
Okay. You would see him after the meeting is immediately over. He looks towards Rix, nods, looks towards Lorenial, and then like immediately they're leaving. And I'm like, okay. Valdes leaves. He would go to the small table that is in the meeting area and start recarving some of the runes on his located on like in the under, like he takes his patella off and like recarves the rune there and make sure that's set. He goes up under his chin and like locates a little panel and looks at that rune, puts it back, and just sets. He would sit on the table itself. He would sit cross-legged. His chain link armor would acts as like a small cape, and then as he sits down, it would like form up around his midsection, so he could sit down. And he sits down, has a sword in front of him, and just kind of meditates. But he takes a top, his little trinket we rolled for. Mm-hmm. He takes a top out that I looked up a picture of like what it might look like, and it's basically a 9-tiered top, like colored in Phyrexia's in Mirrodin's like original colors. And he just starts spinning it in his palm, and he would spin it until it's time to go.
All right, Inception style. I like it. Imnirix.
Sorry.
No, you're totally all right. It has been a while since you have been sent on a mission outside of the township. Usually, for the core-born... No, you're all right. Usually for the core-born Phyrexians, missions are few and rare. It is much easier for a Phyrexian to be misidentified as an enemy, especially recently. With all of that knowledge, it has probably been a month, 2 months since you have been sent on a mission, especially a mission this dire. What is going through Imnirix's head? What is Imnirix doing in these moments after this meeting?
As the room empties, you can see that as the last person other than Sereth leaves the room, he decompresses a little bit, microscopically, not even consciously. His plates gleam a little bit as he stands a little bit closer to his full height. For a while, he says nothing. He walks in a slow circle around the main table, lifts up the data tablet that contains the transmission. He reads it to himself, and he says, "A song older than land, older than furnace and dross. I could write more on it. She's poetic in Phyrexian, this Vraska."
Beautiful. All right. You all could.
It never gets easier.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, he's not saying much. He's just kind of like talking almost to himself, but he knows that Sarah is in the room and almost half addressing him and half not. He mutters out loud, "You know, it never gets easier."
Sereth chuckles. You hear a very low and almost out of character chuckle for him. And many people wouldn't even recognize it as a chuckle. Most people unfamiliar with Phyrexians, especially core-born Phyrexians, most people don't recognize a lot of the minute sort of character elements that they possess. These small mannerisms that to other Phyrexians mean, paragraphs, but to other people sound like a simple malfunctioning piece of technology. But you recognize it as a small chuckle, and almost under his breath, he says, "It will one day."
It's... He seems contemplative, as if he's a little too polite to call him naive, per se, but he's, the word is definitely dancing on the tip of his tongue, but he holds it back. He knows his friend too well, respects him too well to dismiss something out of hand like that, but there's a spark inside of him that he at least thinks has perhaps long died, and he simply nods, takes up his sword, feels the heft of it in his hand, the double blades that ripple with magical flame. It's better I'm on the front lines, making things happen again, at least. I'll try to keep myself safe.
Please do.
For a world where, well, until we can breathe again. And with that, he smoothly sheathes the sword at his back and leaves to wander alone in relative silence, muttering verses of poetry under his breath. And only right before we leave am I going to pop a 4th level spell slot to cast Armor of Agathis, which is going to give me 20 temporary hit points, and deal 20 cold damage to anyone who hits me with a melee attack before they are spent. So the magical frost just shimmers in a thin layer over his multicolored plates, iridescent like oil. He sits and he waits for the rest of the squad.
Beautiful. And that's still a long rest, correct?
That is 1 hour. I'm expecting that.
Oh, okay. Got it. Cool.
The immediate. Well, how long is the travel expecting to take? Like, are we expecting birds within the next hour?
Yes, so the expected travel time, if no obstacles are encountered, is 8 to 12 hours on foot through the tunnels.
Awesome. Okay. Then he might hold back on popping a spell slot just yet, but he will do other preparations.
Makes complete
Yeah.
sense. As
Yep.
you all convene at the entrance to this barracks, to this township, if you will, stretched out before you, you see a glistening field.
Oh.
Stretching up towards the top of this sphere, the sky completely dark, filled with this green-tinted hue of fog. Mechanical trees, if you want to call them that, stretch up, sort of columned out of these large pools of dark ichor. And you know that this is it. This is where it starts. This is where you make your way. And you begin to make your way towards the tunnels.
Before we enter,
Yeah, go ahead.
has everyone else traveled through the Mephidros before?
Many times.
Extensively.
Alright, so you all know not to touch anything, and especially not to touch me after you touch anything. Is that clear? Alright,
Whatever you
Thank
step
you.
on probably has teeth.
that's true as well. Be cautious.
The dental plan here is great. It's awesome. Circle Breaker, go ahead.
For Lorenial, you said you use your javelin tip and you blunt it every time, like the tip towards the ground. Circle Breaker would say, it has been many moons. You still dull your blade. You are not. You are sharp. I trust you.
You judge me by the sharpness of my blade, and yet you'd understand my true power.
Oh, no, that is a tool. You are the blade.
Indeed.
All right. As you make your way across this fields, the heat is overwhelming. Not so much that it is causing you physical harm, but there is a very clear difference in the environment within these protected barracks townships and the actual realm of New Phyrexia, the actual spheres. The forge, the furnace, it creates a heat that emanates through New Phyrexia and is unavoidable to most. Imnirix, you are the only being who feels more comfortable here than in the barracks. In the barracks, you almost always feel cold, like you're at a relative's house and they keep the AC super low for no reason. But when you walk outside, that's where it feels room temp to you. This is where you thrive. This is where you dream of making home one day, right?
Yes.
And as you all make your way across this small section of the Mephidros, you come to the entrance of the tunnels. This is not an official entrance. This was not created by the Etched Host or any of the other praetors or their armies. This was forged. This tunnel was dug, bore, with the hands of Phyrexians and Mirran resistance fighters alike. This is not on any Phyrexian map. This is a tunnel that was dug by your group specifically to enter the Phyrexian tunnels.
I would say probably.
Go ahead.
Oh, just in this environment and stuff here, you probably see Validatus activate his bulky armor and a dampening field of both sound and shielding over his face and stuff, kind of blanket him a bit and blunt his ness to this harsh environment.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Okay.
As you enter the tunnels, Each of these tunnels is about 15 feet in diameter. They are not small. And that is due to the fact that these tunnels are built to transport things. They're built to transport goods, transport literal armies through. So these are massive. They echo. Every footstep you make sort of cascades off the walls around you. You are surrounded by this very faint green light that sort of emanates through the fog. It's very atmospheric. It's incredibly quiet. Go ahead and roll me. Let me set up this doc real fast for me, real quick. What is the? Do you guys have a marching order? Are you all sort of just grouped together? Do you have one of you that always stays in the front, one of you that always stays in the back? What are the vibes here?
I would
Lorenial
want to be
definitely-
either in the front or back.
Middle for circle breaker.
Lorenial prefers to move in the front. She's a professional scout and is like actively looking out for things as we're walking.
Cool.
Hayes would also be moving in the front, but just because they like to move fast.
Yeah, Rix will just kind of fall into like the space in the line where nobody is.
Okay. So Validaeus, we have you bringing up the rear.
Yeah, I'm gonna be scanning around the back, watching our backs for attack or trail and stuff we're leaving.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think at this point I'll put on the magical frost just in case.
Yeah, makes sense.
You turn that on, and Lorenial turns around immediately. What is that? What are you doing?
I'm arming myself. Apologies. It's a simple ward.
Right. Defensive only. Nothing I need to be worried about.
Nothing you need to be worried about. No.
Good.
And you can see the light like shimmer gently across his plates like oil.
Lorenial will stare for another second and then turn around.
I imagine it looks like ice on a parking lot, like it has
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
machine on it.
Like
That's
a
so cool.
thin layer of frost, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Circle breaker will try to be within 10 feet of everybody.
Okay.
That's a hard ask, but he tries his best to stay literally like ebbing with the crowd.
Okay. As you've made your way into this tunnel and you have sort of found yourself naturally forming into this sort of marching order, if it were, Lorenial and Hayes, you have come to a fork in this tunnel. You know, given the map that Validaeus has currently, you should be going right. Please roll me a perception check.
First roll.
One.
First roll.
What'd you get, Hayes?
1.
All right.
I got a 24.
No, run it back. Do it again.
24. They're excited. They're in the front because they don't want to wait, not because they're perceptive necessarily.
Oh lord.
Lorenial, you pause as the person in front, and you know, Validaeus, that you should be going right. Lorenial, as you stop and wait for Validaeus to inform you of the route, you hear something down the right-hand side of this tunnel. You hear what sounds like chittering, almost. And you know this sound. You know that the Mephidros tunnels are often littered with the corpses of fallen fighters, of fallen Phyrexians, and you know what often feeds on those. You know that there are likely Ichor rats down that tunnel. A beast you have encountered many times. What do you do?
Lorenial will pick up her javelin and attempt to stop Hayes from moving forward silently.
Are the rest of us aware
But-
of this?
Lorenial stops you and makes you.
Okay.
Listen,
Sending a
Hayes
message.
was just walking straight forward.
Hayes,
Yeah, sending a
Hayes,
message
stop.
to Lorenial. Did you hear something?
in my head, you message me?
Yes. silently.
Loreniel is gonna freak out. What? Who was
Oh,
that?
no.
How are you in my head?
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Rix just kind of like raises a hand, like kind of like waves, like kind of like, and they try again. They hiss under their breath. Did you hear something?
The rats. Yes. I'll say that back in my head.
Okay. If Nyrix
That's
understands, they step in front of the Mirrans,
Okay.
between the Mirrans and the rats.
For sure. Okay. So, the plan is you are going to continue making your way to the right?
Are you all ready for a fight? Ico rats are
Always.
nothing to sneeze at.
Is that our only option? Is there a way I might be able to study these maps for an alternate route?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an insight check. Or an investigation, rather.
There could be some of these tunnels that are secret.
True.
I got a 13.
A 13. You can see that there is another path you could take. It does add roughly 12 to 8 to 16 hours to the travel time as you make a large loop around a sizable dross lake.
I'm gonna find that and then kind of be like, there is an alternate route, but I don't think we have the time really to invest into it. We might have to exterminate these rats.
Right. I trust your judgment, and as long as you're all ready for battle.
Stay on your feet and stay behind me, preferably. I'm sure you all know what they can do.
You make your way down the tunnel. The chittering begins to grow louder and louder. As you kind of make your way into this clearing, you find yourself in a 25-foot sort of circular opening. In front of you, you see 4 tunnels that spread in different directions, all of which are on the map that Valadeus has. When you enter this room, you see corpses. This is clearly the site of a battle that has happened in the past few weeks. Piles of dead humans lie, and you see these large dire rats crawling all over these piles. You see them sleeping in the tunnels. You see them literally in piles of rats against the wall.
Ooh,
This is clearly a feast for them, right? This is clearly the happiest and most comfortable that they have ever been in their entire rat lives. But as soon as you enter, all of that chittering stops. You see one rat that was eating off of a Phyrexian, oil dripping from its maw as it turns. Its dark black eyes make eye contact with you, Loreniel. And I need everyone to roll initiative for me.
Yeah,
Alright.
Rix is going to call out, like, remember, our goal is passage, not extermination. Do not unnecessarily pick fights or stay behind. We are going through.
All right.
All right.
Everyone that is, say, within 10 feet of me,
Yeah,
right?
which is everyone.
Everyone gets an additional +4 to their initiative.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
What does
Okay,
what does that look like, Circle Breaker? Is it just a static thing that happens? Do you have to invoke something?
Nope. It is an aura of. It's not called alacrity anymore. Aura of the Sentinel. I emit an aura of alertness when I'm not incapacitated.
Okay.
He's kind of a friendly hard ass, but as soon as that, like it, the second before the rats, acknowledge us,
Mm-hmm.
it's like that the armor fuses to him, and then everyone gets like the stat. I imagine, yeah, it's like this like a static communication between everyone, like womp 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 womp, ready to go.
Incredible. So, With that bonus, please go ahead and I know that you're sending it in that chat, and I learned that I can't click that chat without disrupting all of the cameras. So please say it out loud. Please say it out loud what your initiative was, Hayes.
16.
All right. Lorenial.
22.
Nice.
Hell yeah. All right. Valadeus.
21.
20.
Ooh.
All right. Circle Breaker.
27.
God damn. All right. And then Imnirix.
20.
That's what I like
Level
to see.
10, baby!
Almost everyone above
Yeah.
20.
Let's go, guys. All right. So, Circle Breaker, you are up first. What you are faced with is a wave, a swarm, if you will, of these dire rats. As soon as one locked eyes with you, all of them seemed to register that they were no longer alone, that a fresh meal had entered this room. And they all turn. The chittering begins to start again, their jaws rattling with excitement, the oil dripping from their maw. What do you do?
There's a he says it in, well, nah. There's a about sword is out of the back, armor has locked in, shield is ready. He dives between the two individuals in front of him, Lorenial and Hayes. Dives between under their legs, around them.
Rennie will jump out of the way.
First rat is how far away from me?
The first rat is about 20 feet from you.
Get to first rat.
Okay.
It's going to be. Is the terrain okay?
Yes, the terrain is clear.
Okay. It's going to be a sword attack.
Okay. Roll to hit.
It is a 19.
That hits. Yeah, you make contact. Go ahead and roll for damage.
All right. I roll. I'm gonna try to lay on a big hit.
Okay.
In case the rats, they're smart, right?
They are.
In order to see if they will run or not.
Okay.
It's going to be a 3rd level divine smite and a sneak attack.
Whew.
Oh, gosh.
Sneak attack is and weapon dice. I forgot the weapon. All right. Weapon damage. 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Sneak attack is 6 points of damage.
Okay.
3rd level divine smite is. I need another D8. I'm so sorry. Is 8, 11, 12, 13 additional points.
Okay. So yeah, what
it's-
does divine smite look like for Circle Breaker in this world?
There's a world in where the attack he runs straight up to him face to face. Sword comes through in one slice. There is a cut down the side of the rat, and then everywhere the sword hit in the slash, it opens up like little black explosions. You see multiple points of like almost straight down the line of like collapsing bubbles of singularity down the length of the rat.
Oh hell yeah. Okay. As you all see these like micro explosions in rapid succession. This rat cleaved completely in half. Just literally plops to the floor. There's no better word for what this rat does. Completely limp. And as that happens, all of you hear this deafening screech. It echoes through these tunnels. It echoes through this room. Everyone roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh boy.
I am not in line for that. Okay.
I got a 10.
Okay.
I got a 12.
So 12.
19.
For those of you who rolled lower than a 16, you take 12 points of psychic damage. For those of you who rolled higher than a 16, you save completely, no damage at all. As this echoing rings through this room, you feel it reverberate in your chest, in your bones. It vibrates everything. All of the rats begin to chitter almost in sync with one another as they are now frothing with excitement. You can see those of you close enough, you can see rat talons that almost claw into the ground in this moment as they are preparing themselves to attack. And with that,
Did that sound come from a rat, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
You do not know. It was so loud.
Awesome.
It was so loud in this moment, and the sound itself, even though you feel it, it's almost as if the sound is inside of your skull. It's so loud.
Oh, sick. Awesome. Okay.
And with that, Lorenial,
I have a second attack.
Oh shit!
I do have a.
I forgot we're level 10. I forgot we're level 10. You're a paladin. Let's go. Hit
Second rat.
Okay, say less. Second attack. There will be a second rat near me. I imagine.
100%.
All right, it's gonna be rat attack. No sneak attack.
Like the Pokemon?
I hope so. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. That hits.
All right, just
got
going
the
to
rat.
be. Just going to be the D8. No more. We'll do a first level smite.
Okay. No sneak attack here.
No sneak attack because it's once per turn, but I can do it on reactions. An additional 10.
10 damage?
Yep.
Okay. All right. That rat, still standing, but barely. You see the huge gash left by the explosions and the blade. What do you do?
That's it for me. Though I will. I cannot be hit by reactions, by opportunity attacks after I've hit someone in melee.
Okay.
So I'm going to go further into the rat swarm.
Okay. So
if it's it's probably 5 more feet.
It is, yeah, it's about 5 more feet, and you are now on the other end of this room, completely surrounded by rats.
It's gonna be shield, smack it out.
The rest of you struggle to even see where Circle Breaker is in this moment. The rats.
Oh yeah, I'm small.
Each of them is a little bit like their floor to back is a little bit taller than Circle Breaker, and he is surrounded.
I will say that the rapier I'm holding is one of the hex gold ones.
Cool.
So it's that light blue color, if that helps.
Oh yeah, by the way, do you have that paladin save aura?
Tell me about it. Aura of protection?
Yes.
I do, yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay, how much is your charisma?
Whoa. Oh, it's
because we did make that con save. I didn't realize that.
I was 20 feet ahead of everyone. I didn't know.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, never mind. It's okay.
Yeah.
Let me make sure.
Yeah, just clarify the distance on that, and then.
Yeah, it's 10 feet.
Okay. Yeah. So he's just out of range. For that.
Okay, that makes sense.
When it does matter in the future, it's a +2.
Perfect.
Okay, got it.
Anything else from you, Circle Breaker?
Nothing.
All right, Lorenial. Before you, about 15 feet in front of you, you now see a swarm of what you can tell is approximately, I don't know, between 15 and 20 rats, depending on where you're looking and where they move.
Okay, Lorenial did take the damage, so she drops to her knees a little bit, and she pulls up on her javelin to stand back up, and mutters a little prayer under her breath. It's very practiced for her. It doesn't even sound like words, almost. It's in the Viridian elf language, and it's a prayer to her goddess and her guardian spirit. And she is going to put one hand on the ground And right on the other side of the rats, wherever there's a clear space, there's going to come up from the ground this bone, and then another bone stacks on top of it, and stacks on top of it, and then there's a 10-foot dinosaur that is summoned.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. Ooh, all
Back with
right.
the dino.
Whoa.
Perennial. Oh, you can't see it on stream. I will move it a little bit. We'll see if that fits. Okay. Loreniel has summoned her primeval dinosaur. Yes, that's Galta. It barely fits in these tunnels, and Loreniel pulls out from her breast pocket a little, almost like a puppet. The two sticks crossed on top that
Yeah,
like moves a little
marionettes,
puppet. Yeah. And it's got a string of dinosaur tailbones moving down it. And this is my bonus action, I'm going to direct my dinosaur to do stuff by moving the little marionette piece around.
That's
And
incredible.
I'm going to have to
sick.
go take a big old bite of a rat.
Okay, roll to attack.
Okay, let me pull up its attack.
All right. We got a Galta in the first hour of the game. Let's go.
Cool.
Ramp.
Yeah, right.
Man. That's a 9 to hit.
A 9 to hit.
That's a really bad roll.
Galta, your dinosaur as it go ahead.
Oh,
Circle
no.
breaker.
You're good. You're good.
As
You're good.
as your dinosaur erupts from the ground, doesn't really erupt. It almost I don't know, the way it was described, and I know it's not. And so this is not canon what I'm about to say, but it feels very like you hear like the wood like plinking as these like cartoon bones like jumble together, and then a dinosaur forms. I know this is not what happened, but this dinosaur erupts from the ground beneath these rats. Many rats are displaced, like pushed, thrown off to the side as this dinosaur sort of coalesces in form. And as it does so, it is summoned a little, like, just a hair close to the wall. And as it forms, it kind of pushes off the wall a little bit as it's going to attack the first rat it sees. And the rat is able to just barely duck out of the grasp, out of the maw of your dinosaur.
Can't catch it with the little arms, so.
Yeah, he tries. As a backup, he tries, but he can't. Anything else from you, Loreniel?
Loreniel's gonna try and edge along the wall towards the 4 exits where we need to be going.
Yeah.
Just get a little closer towards where we need to be.
Okay. We are
without touching anything.
We're edging.
For eternity, even.
For eternity, even. Valadays.
Hey.
You see Circle Breaker rush into combat, surrounded by these rats, resplendent in hex gold. You see a dinosaur spring up next to him. What do you do?
We're gonna see Valadays kind of reacting to the damage noise and stuff, still trying to shake that. And you're gonna hear kind of a small voice from his suit. It's gonna query like hostility detected, activate, defensive procedures.
Oh, shit.
It's gonna slap his wrist, and just like a hologram projection of a couple of different duplicates of Valadays are gonna come out as he casts mirror image onto himself. And then he's gonna try and maybe move forward with his blasters out and try and get closer to Circle Breaker.
Okay. Yeah, so between you and Circle Breaker, you're about 15 feet away from Circle Breaker, and there are about 8 rats between the two of you.
Okay. I'm just gonna try and move forward without getting hit by opportunity attacks, I guess.
Yeah.
With
so
my mirror images up.
So you rush up to that first sort of small wave of rats. Is there anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Perfect. All right. Then we move on to Rix, Ibnirix.
All right. Yeah, I am going to join the other frontliners in the front. And what that looks like in practice is that Rix is going to raise his flame tongue longsword and attempt to carve a path for both himself and the other Mirrans behind him through the wave of rats, hopefully to the other side.
Incredible.
So I assume that all of these rats are like very bunched up, like they're like all adjacent to each other.
They are swarming over each other. Right now, they haven't had a chance to move. Right, this is all happening incredibly quickly. But these rats they were sleeping on top of each other. They were crawling on top of each other and eating. It's
Aw.
very much so a rat swarm. On its way to being a rat king someday.
Yay.
Oh god. Okay.
Rat prince.
How many rats would you say there are like within 5 feet of me?
Within
that I can
5
get?
feet of you,
Yeah.
easily 3.
Oh gosh. Okay. So first, Rix is going to roll to attack with the longsword, targeting just like one of the rats.
Okay.
I'm just going to roll an attack. Hold on.
You're back.
Actually, is that what? Sorry, did someone say
No.
something?
They had to step away. You're all right. Keep going.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll +9 to hit. Oh gosh, that is a natural one. Second attack. That is does a 13 hit?
A 13 hits, just barely.
Okay. So now for damage, I am going to roll 1d8 plus 2d6 plus 5. Yeah, QC. But so first I'm going to damage this rat, and that's going to be 16, 10 of which is fire damage, if that matters at all. The rest is slashing. And when I do that, I'm going to expend 1 bardic inspiration die to do slashing flourish. So I'm going to deal extra damage to the target I hit and to any other creature of my choice I can see within 5 feet of me, which I assume is the other 2 rats.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to roll another d8 for damage to all 3 of those.
Incredible.
That would be a 7. 7 extra damage to every. It's like a slash, like a wide slash with the blade as he tries to carve his way through the horde.
So as you make that wide slash, you feel your blade fully connect with that first rat that you had just barely missed moments before. And as it slices across that rat, it cleaves clean into the second rat. And as you pull that blade to finish that flourish, you deal damage to the third. The central rat drops to the ground. You see you see its blood kind of pooling around it as it goes limp in front of you. The other 2 rats hiss and kind of and draw back a little bit in pain as your attack lands.
Yeah, so since I attacked, my speed increases by 10 feet. So I'm just going to like use the rest of that speed to like try and get to the same area as Circle Breaker and whoever else is in the front, like hopefully within the Paladin aura, preferably.
Right.
Sorry, that's what I'm thinking.
In order to make your way to the area that Circle Breaker's in, you'll incur an attack of opportunity from the 2 rats that you had just dealt the 7 damage to. Is that all right? You still choose to do that? All right.
Yes, I eat it.
Let me roll to hit. This is the first rat.
You don't have to eat it. You just take the damage.
Yes. Well,
I know. I'm an asshole.
Does a 17? A 17
No.
does not reach your AC, correct? It's,
No.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Don't put that rat in your mouth.
And that's even lower.
No.
So both of these rats, as they pulled back in pain, and horror from the burning sensation of your blade, they try to reach out and latch on with their teeth, and they're just barely unable to with your increased speed as you make your way through the front line, and you are now immediately sandwiched between a dinosaur and Circle Breaker.
Gosh, all right.
Circle Breaker
Safe place to be.
Circle Breaker will look and be like, just like old times.
Is there anything else from Imnirix's turn?
No, that will be pass.
All right, Hayes, you beat me by 1. You're up.
Hey, that's awesome.
Of course, everyone runs in the middle of the fight while I have nothing but AoE spells. Awesome.
You have Sculpt spell. It's okay.
Right. No. Hayes will kind of watch everyone run into the middle of the fight and kind of sigh and be like, okay, fine. And they will just kind of slap a hand on their chest. I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath on myself.
Okay.
So until the spell ends, choose one willing creature. I'm choosing myself. Choose acid damage, and so 4th level I'm running that. Until spell ends, target can take a magic action to exhale a 15-foot cone. Each creature in the air makes a dex saving throw, taking 3d6 or 5d6 because I'm at 4th level.
Okay.
Or half on a successful. Is there any way I can do a 15-foot cone without hitting any allies?
Yeah. So the room is a circle, right? So if you
Okay.
circumnavigate around the edge, similar to what the others had done, you could easily aim that cone sideways, catch the side of the rats that are surrounding them.
Yeah. Let's do that. So I will do. How many does that hit? Because I have to make a. I just have to make a dex save.
Yeah.
So each rat that's in this 15-foot cone needs to make a dex saving throw.
So it's a 15-foot cone. So the cone starts and goes 15 feet in front of you. That's Jesus Christ. That's 8 rats.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All of them gotta make dex saves.
I'm gonna start rolling. All right.
The DC is. I'll just tell you the DC is 16.
Okay. First one. Somebody give me fingers. You're gonna count the rats that take damage. First one, damage. that one has resistance.
This one? Jerk.
That one has resistance. No. First one, failed. Second, failed even harder. Third one, natural 20. Fourth, failed. 5, fail. Jesus Christ. 6, succeeds. And 7 fails. And 8 fails.
Alright, so everyone that fails is going to take 5d6. Yes, 5d6.
Okay. Roll that damage.
Whose damage type? Yeah, roll. And then if oh my goodness, that's going to be 22.
Is it?
And they're going to take half on success. Half on success.
Okay, I don't know how many succeeded. 1.
2.
I believe 2.
2 succeeded. Perfect. Yeah. So 2, you see just in immense pain as this burst of flame not only illuminates this room.
It's acid damage
yes, acid. Sorry. As this acid plume pushes out, it pushes all of the Mephedros fog from the tunnel just out of these. It just splits the air in this room as this erupts from your mouth. 2 of the rats, you see their fur begins to singe and burn off from the damage. And the other 6 die agonizingly as this acid just pours over them. Their skin, their fur, it all begins to become one with each other as these rats just drop one at a time. And now comes the fun part. I need everyone to roll 6 Constitution saving throws for me, please. We're gonna go one at a time.
What?
We're gonna go one.
Awesome.
Okay.
So the first Constitution saving throw, all you need to know is how many you fail. So all you need to know is how many times you roll below a 16 for me.
Okay.
The people within 10 feet of me, which are Valadeus and
everyone but
Lorena. Everyone but Lorena, they get +2.
Yeah.
Okay. Failure. Damn, I'm not rolling well today.
Okay, if we hit a 16, meets it, beats it, that's a pass?
Meets it, beats it. So all you need to do is
Fail.
keep track of the amount of times you roll under a 15 or lower.
Okay. I got 4 failures and 2 successes.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I got 4 successes and 2 failures.
Dang.
3 pass, 3 fail.
That's a pass. Well, I'm being slow.
No, you
So fail.
1 failure.
Oh.
Very nice.
I had to burn a resource of my Flash of Genius, though, to get one of those to pass.
Fair.
Heck yeah.
For what it's worth, I rolled really low on damage.
Fail. Alright, I got 3 fails, 3 pass. So I got half and half.
Okay. For every failure, You take 6 points of psychic damage.
Ugh.
That's not too bad.
There goes Armor of Agathis. Okay.
Big ol' 18.
Okay.
Right? 6 times 3, can I count?
Yes, 6 times
18,
3 is
yeah.
18.
All right.
Okay.
I know numbers.
As these rats drop, almost simultaneously, that screaming echo begins to emanate from inside of your skulls again. You feel it in your chest, your bones. The entire room is vibrating with this psychic energy as 6 of these rats drop. One just rapid after another before all at once all of those rats are screaming in perfect unison inside of your minds. And with that, we go to the rats. It is there. Oh wait, actually, first, Hayes, is there anything else on your turn?
That was my bonus action, my action. I don't think so.
Okay, just making sure. All right, so
That's it.
we have a lot fewer rats to work with now, which is great for me. Circle Breaker. The 2 that are immediately adjacent to you sort of rear back and go to lunge to attack, their mouths wide open. The first one is a 23 to hit.
I will use my defensive duelist as in my reaction to make my AC 24.
Okay. The second one, not even close. So both of these rats that lunge at you miss completely. Imnyrix, the 2 that you shot past, have turned to follow you as they come up and try to flank you. The first one is a 10. Not going to hit, probably.
Yeah. No.
The second one rolls a natural 1, so definitely not going to hit.
Phew.
All right, Lorenial, you see your dinosaur from the tunnel behind where it crawled up. The rats that it had displaced by taking up their space have come up behind it. Your dinosaur has 4 rats that are now nipping at its ankles. The first one is a 22 to hit.
That one hits.
The second is a natural 1. The third is a 20 to hit, a dirty 20 to hit.
Also hits.
And the fourth is a natural 20 to hit. So 2 hits, 1 critical. So
Okay.
So let me roll that beautiful bean footage. All right. So the first damage taken from by your dinosaur is 6 points of piercing damage. The second attack is 7 points of piercing damage. The third critical is 12 points of piercing damage. And then
13.
Yeah.
Wow. 25. Okay, it's still up. We're good.
Perfect. And then I will need a Constitution saving throw from the dinosaur.
Okay. It's better at it than me.
I would hope so. I think it's like 2-inch 6.
It's a 7. Oh, wait, for the save? It's 4 plus
2.
7, so...
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 total.
13 total? Okay, 1 second. Let me pull up the stats. Okay. No effect. You are A-okay.
Galta sort of like rears back and does a big dino roar.
Okay.
I won't blow your ears out with it.
Just making sure that I didn't miss anything. Yeah, perfect. Okay, dinosaur is safe. Okay, with that, the two rats that Valideus you had run up to that are dead in front of you, one of them dropped as the acid damage poured over them, almost bathed them in that blast. Their fur is almost gone. They look like a heavily manged animal at this point in time. And the other
Say,
one,
most appreciated, Ace.
the other one is fine. So the first one that took damage is going to swing for a 21. Does that hit?
That does, but I'm gonna roll for my mirror image thing.
Oh yes.
I rolled higher than a 6, so that targets one of my duplicates.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Ooh,
Let me roll.
it.
Let me roll the
Ooh,
damage.
Sweet.
Ooh. Okay. We rolled max damage, so it is gonna be 12 points of damage.
So one of my duplicates, the hologram things you see, is just annihilated out, just dispersed.
All right.
So now I'm down to-
The second one that is going to attack is a 19 to hit.
I will roll my duplicate thing for my. Would have 2 of them now, so I have to roll higher than an 8. I rolled 13, so that targets one of my duplicates.
Perfect. I'll roll that damage. Ooh, much lower. Only 6 points of damage to the duplicate.
Oh, well, any damage, and they're destroyed, so the other
Okay.
one is gone now too. So it's
Perfect.
just 2 of me now.
Alrighty. Sounds good. And then we have a couple rats that poured in from the tunnels. That will be attacking you, Lorenio. The first one rolled a 2. I'm going to assume that doesn't hit. The second, however, rolled a 21. Does that hit?
Does.
It does? Okay. So you will take 12 points of piercing damage and a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. 12 points of damage, you said?
Yes.
Okay. And
Right,
then
and one of those is necrotic, right?
Yes.
Or yes.
Which is what the Constitution
Okay.
saving throw is for. So please correct me if I mess up the roll on my end. I'm looking.
It was
I'm
one
looking at it
necrotic
here.
damage, right?
I'm sorry.
It was 1 necrotic damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I did get an 18 on the con save, so I
Yeah,
think I'm good.
So you're good. Okay.
Millennial is looking very hurt after this one, though.
All right. And that is all of the rats. So we return to the top of the initiative order. Circle Breaker. You have those 2 rats that just attacked you and missed. Go ahead and take your turn.
How far away is Lorenial?
Lorenial is 20 feet. She's on the opposite end of this room. She kept her distance.
All right. I will bonus action disengage.
Okay.
Straight through the rats, like stomp on one of their heads, leap over them, get to Lorenial, and yeah, mention you're hurt. Permission to touch.
She looks a little hesitant at first, and then it's like, yes, all right.
Action cure wounds.
Boom. Roll that
It'll
healing.
be. Oh god, I forgot how much it is.
Oh, no.
It's 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Thank you very much. You're incredible.
I hope that's correct.
It is.
Okay, cool. I never play healers, so I was like going out on a limb, but cool.
Oh, 7 plus. Oh, sorry. It says 7 plus. You get 9 back.
Yay, thank you.
Hey, that's good.
She looks much better.
Yeah, 9 back.
She's wiping the
that's-
rat spit off of her too.
Bonus action, and then. Sorry, give me
No,
1
you're
second.
all right.
Oh, that's an action too.
Lorenial, you're on deck, so you'll be next.
All right, yeah. I will. Ha-cha-cha. I still have my reaction.
You do.
So it's 20 feet to Lorenial. Well,
Mhm.
15 feet to Lorenial. I'll step 5 feet more back towards the rats.
Okay.
And just wait again.
Understood. Lorenial, after you've just had that burst of healing energy flow through you, and you are now you now have a rat immediately. You now have these 2 rats that are immediately next to you. What do you do?
She is using the javelin to sort of stave off the rats and thinking, like going through anything she can think of in her head. Does she know what that screaming could be?
You have experienced this at least once or twice. You know that many rat species on New Phyrexia um, have evolved to develop sort of psionic resonance capabilities. And when you kill a rat, you're severing that signal from the hive mind, and what you're actually experiencing is the sort of resonant feedback of that disruption.
Okay. If you kill a rat, it'll hurt us. That's the scream. And I'm going to do my best to disengage with these rats with my action.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to move towards the place where we need to be going. I don't think I know which one of the 4 doors we need to go in, but I'm going to get closer.
Yeah, you do not yet. You'd have to make your way to Valadeus.
Okay, so we're in too much of the heat of combat for that. Lariniel has done her thinking and moving, and she's got her little marionette string, and she's going to use her bonus action to have Galta take 1 more rat bite.
Hell yeah.
And then attempt to wade through the rats.
Okay.
Just provoking every attack of opportunity, try to get all the rats to focus their attention on her.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll to attack.
Okay. That's a 16 to hit.
16, yeah, hits.
Okay, so that's a D8 plus 4. D8, here it is. It's a 1 over there, so 5.
5, okay. Yeah, no problem. It takes a hefty chunk out of one of the rats. The rat is lifted about 3 feet off the ground, and it manages to wiggle its way free. In doing so, it takes a chunk out of its own flesh, but it lands on the ground and kind of rears back in pain, but ready to keep fighting. Anything else from you, Lareniel?
Galta's gonna move through the rats, so I assume that will provoke some attacks of opportunity.
Oh, yes, I'm
Hopefully,
so sorry. I was literally holding the D20 for exactly that. Right. So the 4 rats that attacked your dinosaur last turn will have an attack of opportunity. The first is a 9 total. Miss, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
The second is a 17 total.
Means beats it. That's
Okay.
1.
The third is again another 9. So, and then the fourth is a 16.
That one misses also. So 1 hit.
So 1 hit. Alrighty, that is going to be 8 points of necrotic damage. So I will need a Constitution saving throw from the dinosaur.
6.
6.
Oh, this is weird.
Okay. Interesting.
Interesting. Hey, you know what? Interesting.
Interesting.
Point.
Interesting.
Okay. DC equals 10. Equals 10 or necrotic damage taken. Whichever is higher.
Thinking about the clauses I'll have to write in about summons.
I appreciate you letting me break your game.
Yeah, it's
Play
interesting
testing.
because it probably won't be around long enough to.
Yeah, I don't think it'll. Yeah, I don't think it'll care. But
So
yeah.
I'm gonna make this judgment now for the sake of my own personal sanity that at least for these 4 episodes, this is not speaking towards Lityara's brainchild. For these 4 episodes, summons will be immune from Phyresis to.
Yeah, I think
to
that
kind
makes
of,
sense.
to kind of quell that confusion.
Yeah.
But yes, they take some damage. You hear. I mean, you have a primal connection with this dinosaur, so you feel that bite. You feel that toxin, like, make its way into your summon's veins, and it just feels it feels like every muscle in your dinosaur like all at once tightens, like when you get a shot and you can't help but like tense your body up. That's what your summon is experiencing in this moment. And then yeah, and as it makes its way through, it's now standing in the middle of all of the dead rats that Hayes took care of. So it has made its move. And then we make our way down to Imrix. Rix, your turn.
All right. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to. So, how many like, if I was to run across to the other side, like where the doors are, and start figuring that stuff out, how many rats would I be like crossing the melee range of?
Yeah, so from where you are at, because you are immediately adjacent to the dinosaur and circle breaker, the dinosaur made its way away from you, so you would incur 3 attacks of opportunity. Sorry, the 2 rats that were by circle breaker and and one of the rats that was attacking the dinosaur.
Okay, I think just to play it safe for now, I will just action disengage and just like try to like rush over to who's on the other side already. Is anybody?
Lorenial and Valideus.
Awesome. Okay, so I am going to just prioritize reaching the other.
I apologize. And circle breaker.
Okay, great. So I will try to reach the other side again, trying to get within the paladin aura, hoping that the dinosaur will hold off the attacks while we figure out what the heck is going on with these doors. Is there anything like notable about them as I get closer, or anything that the others have noticed already? Are they unlocked?
I apologize. Okay. There are no doors. There are just more tunnels. This room has the one tunnel that your group, your resistance group bored into, and this room is literally essentially the entry point that you have created previously to enter these Phyrexian tunnels.
Okay, so I know I already used my action, so it probably won't be much, but like, do I immediately know anything about like which one of these tunnels might be a good idea to go down?
You have a basic understanding of where you are. The observatory, based on the maps that you received on the data slate, the observatory is farther than you have traversed in the Mephedros itself. So in these specific tunnels, you have a vague idea of the direction you should be going, but as far as which tunnel will take you to the observatory itself, you are unsure in this moment.
Okay, well, I'll just like, I guess I'll like take up position, like peeking into the one that's closest to like where the whole clump is.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like, Valideus and Lorenial and Circle Breaker have kind of congregated between the entrance that you're meant to take and the rats themselves. So you're directly between the tunnel that you're meant to go down and the rats.
Okay.
So
awesome.
You're perfect there. And then we have Hayes. You are on the other side of this room, friend. You see your 4 compatriots, and you see 6 rats and a dinosaur between the lot of you. What does Hayes do in this moment?
Good lord. Everyone's moved out of this horde of rats, so I guess I can do something interesting now. I will, let's get these rats out of my way. I'm going to cast Fear. 30-foot cone. They all must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw, or become frightened.
All right. So, Lorenial, your dinosaur will have to make that save.
That's cool.
All right. I apologize. Wisdom save.
Wisdom, yes.
Okay.
Okay. I thought I had a thing where she doesn't have to make saves, but it's only for me, my spells.
Okay. If you just tell me the save DC, I can tell you how many fail.
16.
Okay.
Whew.
1 has failed.
Got to roll a 1.
2 have failed. 3 have failed.
Plus two to the dinosaur.
4 have failed. God, I need to change dice. 5 have failed. And the 6th one rolled a natural 1.
Scary rats.
So they are all now terrified.
Every single one failed. That's incredible.
Awesome.
If the creature ends the turn in a space within the line of sight of you, it makes a wisdom save throw on its escalator skill ends. So, frightened creature takes a dash action and moves away from you by the safest route in each of its turns, unless there is nowhere to move. So hopefully it doesn't drive them back towards all my compatriots. And I'm just gonna try to keep like running around, like trying to avoid the horde.
Yeah, no problem. You are easily able to make
Yep.
it, all
Yep.
the way around that circle to them with your movement.
Yep.
And the funny part about that is then after your turn, it's the rat's turn, and well, the direction they would run away from you is no longer in the direction of your friends. So,
Yeah.
you see this small pool of black fur and gnarled teeth begin to just disperse like cockroaches when you turn the light on. As you've made your way around, all of the rats can barely even keep eye contact in your direction as they begin to sprint away from the dinosaur and down one of the other three tunnels. Lorenial, I'm gonna ask just because
Pretty easy.
it's technically accurate. Your dinosaur gets 6 attacks of opportunity. Would it like to take them?
Ooh. Yes, it is afraid. It's still allowed to do that while afraid?
It is afraid, isn't it? It failed.
Yeah,
It
it
has
also
disadvantage
failed.
on those attacks as long as the subject of its fear is within the line of its sight.
Yeah, so it has disadvantage on the attacks, but you could still take them.
Okay, that one's like a 19,
That's gonna hit.
20. Okay.
Wait,
That
does it
one
have
is a-
multiple reactions?
I'm sorry?
Does it have multiple reactions?
It only gets 1 attack of opportunity.
Okay, so I hit on the one.
Okay.
Nice.
Roll that damage.
Oh yeah, I forgot the next part. The damage part.
the more important part.
That's 9 bludgeoning damage.
9 bludgeoning damage. All right. Luckily for you, the rat does not die, but it very clearly has many broken bones, including some ribs, as it gasps for breath. And all of the rats flee and scurry down a dark tunnel on the opposite end of the room. All at once, this area goes silent, as it was in the tunnel before this. All but the faint sound of chittering making its way away from you. And as you make your way into the tunnel that hopefully brings you to the observatory, we're going to take our break for the day. Episode 1, Signals in the Dust. When last we met our intrepid adventurers, they had just conquered a small swarm of dire ichor rats in the caves beneath the Mephidros and have begun to make their way down a new tunnel towards the ruins of the observatory. But before we get started on that, I do just want to remind you, we have been raising money this entire time for the Trevor Project, and today, just during this stream alone, we have now raised $100. Just today, during the first half of this stream. I can't thank you guys enough. It means so much that you're giving to a cause that I care so deeply about. And just as a reminder, all of those donations, every $5 of them enters you to win prizes like this. Full, sealed, all will be one Phyrexian booster box. It could be yours. All you have to do is donate today. You can use the link that pops up when you use !donate in chat. And outside of that, I would love to get back in start. So, the rats have scurried away. Your dinosaur is afraid. And you are now headed down the tunnel located on the map that takes you to the observatory. What do you do? Lorenial, we'll start with you. After this fight, do you unsummon your dinosaur familiar?
I will let Gata run a little.
Okay.
After the rats, just all of them fleeing from the fight, and hopefully she keeps them running a little longer. And after she gets maybe 100, 200 feet from me, I will unsummon her.
Okay, beautiful. The tunnel goes silent again. No longer do you hear the heavy footsteps of Galta. No longer do you hear that chattering of the rats. You now only hear the all too familiar sound of the metallic footsteps of Imnirix Valideus, and of course Circle Breaker, the three heavily metallic folks in
I,
this
I,
in
I
this
gotta, I
game.
gotta, I gotta say, I have a plus 11 stealth. You do not hear Circle Breaker.
Oh, wow.
All right, you don't hear Circle Breaker. That's fair. Sometimes you forget Circle Breaker is there with you. Because I just remembered Mir don't breathe or eat or anything, so you don't even hear a breath coming from Circle Breaker. That's how silent they are. But you begin making your way down this tunnel, and an hour passes, hour and a half, 2 hours pass, as you're just in this dead straightaway. Valideus, as you are analyzing these maps, please please roll an investigation check. As you are now no longer looking at this map from a top-down point of view. This map is now essentially, for a lack of a better analogy, Google Mapsing, right? You are zoomed in on this tunnel where you're at, and you know that you are going in the correct direction. Please roll me an investigation check as you're analyzing that deeper.
How-
What?
That's going to be 12, but I'm going to use one of my Flash of Geniuses too to make that a 17.
Okay.
Smart. Ooh.
With a 17, there's literally a flash that occurs in your mind as you are looking at the direction that you're going on the data slate that's in front of you, but you remember looking at this map from the top down. You've been going straight for far too long. You should have made a leftward curve at least an hour ago.
Oh.
You start. I would love to know what is going through Valideus's head in this moment as he makes that connection in his mind before he shares that with the group.
I think as soon as this flash of this genius kind of revelation happens in Valideus, he's going to immediately freeze in his steps and signal to everyone to freeze too. Like all variables and possibilities need to stop now and reassess, basically to him. So he's just like, something is awry. For everyone, freeze.
Beautiful. You recognize that at least an hour ago, based on how quickly you've been walking, you should have been making at least a more leftward curving path. Given the cardinal directions, instead of heading straight east, you should have been heading northeast. But you haven't come upon any tunnels. You haven't gone through any intersections so far. So yeah, what do you do?
Are the other tunnels on the map that we're seeing we're supposed to go to that we're not seeing down here?
You haven't seen anything on the map or in person. Okay. All you can remember in this moment is that when you were looking at this map from the top-down point of view, you knew which direction you should be going. And you are not going that direction currently, even though you are in the tunnel the map told you to enter.
Would Rix be able to give any assistance with this? He's at least going to come over and try and figure out what's wrong.
Yes. Rix, please roll me a history check.
Okay.
I'll let you choose actually. Insight or history, whichever you prefer.
I will roll an insight check.
Perfect.
That is a 23.
Beautiful. Imnirix, you know where you're going. You know what lies in this direction. You know that the map was likely not changed when these tunnels were dug, when roots were rerouted, when tunnels collapsed under the weight of war and had to be rebuilt. You know that the direction you are going is in the direction of Cyric, a core-born Phyrexian city, a civilization of what you personally know to be peaceful Phyrexians living beneath the Mephedros. And you know that this tunnel is taking you straight to it.
Okay, at that revelation, Rix is going to be unsettled to say the least regarding present company. He does in fact share that information though. He is just going to say the map that we received is outdated. The war and the surrounding ravages have caused excavation activities to diverge from, the plotted plans. So what we see on this map isn't necessarily what we're going to see here, but I know the very least that we are on our way towards a settlement, a city of my people, beneath the dross. They are beholden to no praetor. They seek, much like my own, to keep only to themselves. But we will be passing through their settlement shortly.
Will they attempt to kill us?
No. Not
No.
if you don't attempt to kill them first. Please. And he kind of stutters. He doesn't really know what to say. Like, even with 20 charisma, there's only so much you can do when you realize that you're begging for the lives of your people, and but he doesn't say much. He just says, please, these are peaceful people. We need not cause any kind of conflict. We are just passing through.
You got it.
I mean them no ill will.
Good. Thank you.
Is
It's
there,
true.
should we disguise ourselves in any way, or we'll just come as normal?
Yes, perhaps with the covert nature of our mission, we should be stealthily going through.
I may be able to help us pass unnoticed.
All right. Yep. That I at least assure you that the sight of your skin itself will not be the problem that you may have expected it to be in other Phyrexian settlements. But yes, due to the confidential nature of this mission, other precautions may be warranted. People like to talk. That's true everywhere.
You're right, and I'm sure we will be noticed moving through.
Yes.
All right.
Phyrexians are curious.
Well,
We will be
allow us
noticed.
not to present a curiosity.
All right.
We will follow your lead here.
So, what is the plan with regard to disguise or subtlety?
If we are getting close to the city, I will cast Pass Without Trace on us if we plan to sneak
Okay.
past.
That's a good plan, yeah. Okay.
Imnirix, you know in this moment that you are roughly an hour and a half away from Sirik. You've been there once before. It is comparatively a metropolis. Rusted towers jut from the ground with countless families and entities living within. There are businesses here. People deal in trade here. You know that on every sphere there are pockets of peaceful Phyrexians that are just trying to separate themselves from the praetor-led carnage that they don't believe in, that they don't necessarily agree with. And you've been here before, at least once in your life previously. The people here are calm. It is you remember it almost being as an oasis. When you enter Sirik, the buildings themselves almost hum with the vibration of the wind that flows through these spheres. You remember this place fondly, the place that you are now leading them to. And as you make your way through these tunnels, all of you reflecting on the fact that you have all dealt with peaceful Phyrexians before. You've all worked with Sereth Iron Eye. You all at least know of Imnirix and at least a handful of other Phyrexians that have worked with or around your group. while you may have preconceived ideologies towards them, you have experience with at least a few Phyrexians in your lives that have not lived up to the or lived down to rather the carnage that Elish Norn and the other praetors like to proliferate, as it were. But as you make your way through this tunnel, Imnirix, you're the first person to see the lights of Cyric in the distance as you're in the front. You are now all coming up on the city's edge, the skirt around this city. And as you do, light begins to flood in this tunnel. You have not seen light, like artificial light, of any kind since you left the barracks. But there is light here. There are rudimentary iron scrap street lamps that have been erected, jutting out of these buildings. You see these huge geothermal vents. Steam is pouring out of them from the furnace, that are clearly operating as power plants for this small city, this small settlement. You are essentially face to face with a downtown, like a downtown Chicago sized settlement that is filled with Phyrexians. You see them wandering through the city. You see from a distance. You guys are still a good amount. You're still probably 15 to 20-minute walk from the actual city proper. But you can see people walking in and out of buildings. You see these humanoid shapes clad in metal. Pieces of their body just jutting up in sharp spikes. But it's quiet here. It's calm here. You hear people walking. You can hear distant chatter of people talking. What is your reaction to this situation? What does it look like when you all, aside from Imnirix, for the first time ever, are face to face with a true Phyrexian civilization? It's a lot to take in.
Lorenia will do her normal scouting thing, where she kind of army crawls up on a hill and does the enemy observation, looking at sort of the movements of people, making sure she doesn't see any maybe guards, or
Sure.
noting their patterns if there are any guards or anything like that.
Roll
And
me
she's gonna
a. Sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
I was just giving some flavor. She's gonna
Yeah.
pull some cookies out of her bag and munch on them, and I'm gonna cast a little cure wounds on myself too.
Hell yeah. I love it.
That'll help.
The baked goods. Go ahead and roll me a perception check as you kind of climb up and peer into this city.
Good, very good. What is my plus for that? Also very good. Okay, a 25.
Yeah. You, from this vantage point, this tunnel has led you kind of uphill from this settlement. So you are looking down at roughly a 30 to 40 degree angle. So you have a really good view. This city, like many, is set up and established in a grid. So you can see down straight streets. They're more like trodden paths of metal and a little bit of organic matter, but for the most part, you are looking at an entirely metal city. You see Phyrexians of all different sizes. They are just going about their business. You recall being in the barracks and seeing people go about their daily lives, checking in with those bakers. You remember having conversations with people, stopping and talking on the street. You see Phyrexians doing that. You see them down there just talking to each other. And yeah, that's what you with that perception, that is what you can see from here.
I also give myself max healing, so I'm doing okay.
Perfect. Do you all enter the city? You can also see that you could skirt around if you'd like. I mean, the city is there, but it is out in this massive cavernous opening. So, in Nyrix, you know that you could go through the city. You could attempt to skirt around the city. I'm curious to know what each of you would do. So I'll let you converse and make plans.
Lorenio will come down from the hill and tell everybody about just the thriving city and how there's no military presence. And she's like, Rix, if you think they could help us in our journey, maybe there's someone we could speak to who would know more. I defer to your judgment here.
Is there anybody I know who could? Because I know we are trying to keep a low profile, but if there are
Yes.
helpful people here, that could also be another outlet.
You have been
And
here, but you have been here before. It was for a very short period of time, and it was for a mission that you were performing for Sereth. So it was an information gathering mission. You do not personally know anyone, at least by name, in this city.
So Rix is going to he seems to express a preference for just skirting around and passing through if necessary, almost as if he's in a hurry to like get this group away from the city or get it through. And yeah, like there's an air of increasing, well, he's always had it, but there's an air of like increasing nervousness around him. Like he's more comfortable when the threats are visible, when they're lunging at him with claws and teeth, instead of this strange, tense silence.
Okay.
You understand, we aren't going to betray the location of your city.
I understand.
As much as I would love to see the city, it sounds ordered and meticulous.
It could be a visit for another time.
Perhaps they make good snacks.
They could. They are peaceful.
All right, everybody, gather round. If we want to sneak past, just let me touch all of you. All right, you stay within 30 feet of me, and no one will see you.
Understood.
All right. Is this pass without trace?
Yes,
Perfect.
and you can see it manifest almost as like a little ring of tiny bones, just very gently skittering at about 30 feet away from me in a circle. So there's like a little visual marker of where you all kind of need to step.
Ooh, hell yeah.
I love that. Hell yeah. 1 second. Sorry, bringing something up.
Mechanically, it gives you all a +10 to stealth when you're within 30 feet of me.
Yeah. So
we rolling stealth.
With the plan being to skirt around the city's edge, you can clearly see that you have about a 20-foot buffer around this city before you reach this large cavernous openings wall. So please, everyone, roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
We got a plus. What was that again? Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. Go on 20.
All right, that's a flex.
27.
Okay.
23.
Wow. Yeah.
37.
37.
37. You disappeared.
You're pretty sure that Circle Breaker is within 30 feet of you, but you cannot see it. You make your way.
On that little guy.
Yeah. You make your way.
That was a 16 plus 21.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. This is I have a conversation for another time, not for now, but it involves that. As you begin to make your way around this city, the sound of a city begins to get louder and louder. But Imnirix and Valideus, you see the tunnel on the other side. You see two major thoroughfares. You see one that is close to 40 feet wide, that leads to the south of the city, and you see one that is much closer to the size of the tunnels you've been traversing, which is 15, and it does begin to head northeast.
I've just realized that this whole time too, Valideus would be revising the maps with the new data that he's seeing and stuff across.
I love that. We love a cartographer in the party.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. You manage over the course of about 30 minutes or so to successfully skirt around the city. I thought about rolling, and I thought there was no way a normal citizen was going to be able to see a 37.
Gosh.
As you make,
it just raises everyone's check.
oh yeah, no, it's incredible. As you guys make your way around Valideus, you now know you have two tunnels to choose from again. You have the one that heads south that's much larger. We're talking 40-foot diameter. You do see a tunnel that looks like it traverses northeast. It is a 15-foot wide tunnel, like the ones you've been traversing so far.
I think I will, after last time what's been happening, I will take the data slate to Rick's, and I will try and get validation on any new stuff and things happening on this path or stuff like that.
Is there anything like I would bring up any issue?
Yeah.
Or, like I'm quietly assisting with the cartography.
Of course, yeah. Imnirix, you recall you know based on the construction of this tunnel that it predates it predates the current war. So this is likely an older tunnel, whereas the 40-foot tunnel is much newer. That stone is much more cleanly cut. It is much more it is much less jagged. Whereas it is more jagged, pardon. Whereas the other tunnel is much more smoothed over with travel.
I will convey that information, but leave it up to the group as to which path to take.
Sure.
Loreniel is not a map reader. She's going to defer to the Valideus.
It looks like Hayes agrees.
Which way, wizard man?
I propose we take this newer one. Perhaps it'll help us not run into any dead ends and stuff down that line.
That makes sense to me.
Okay, so you plan to take the tunnel south, the newer tunnel south, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. I'll agree.
Okay. So, you begin to make your way towards this much larger tunnel. As you do, as many of you step in this tunnel for the first time, you feel this rush of air behind you. You can feel that the breeze that is carried through these spheres is blowing down this tunnel, away from you, as it were. And you've been experiencing this for the most part the whole time. Anytime you're in the tunnels, air is moving somewhere. This is an incredibly turbulent environment. There is so much going on every level of New Phyrexia that keeps everything churning constantly. And with that comes an excited amount of physical weather and energy transferal, essentially through the air. But it's amplified here. The tunnel is so much bigger. You feel it as it rushes past you. Those of you wearing any amount of cloth can see it kind of wave in the breeze as if it is carrying you into this tunnel. You begin to make your way. Valideus, you notice that the data slate that you're carrying, as you enter this tunnel, it goes black. There's no more data being presented on the map.
Oh.
So like it's a dead end on it, or the data slate is malfunctioning, gone black.
You know from the conversation with Rix that this has to be a new tunnel, with the stones still being jagged and not worn. It is incredibly likely that this tunnel does not exist, and the map thinks that you are inside of the ground.
We've gone out of bounds.
Oh.
Okay.
We know
You can
what to
you
do
can
after.
keep going. You can see the tunnel goes on. You can see that it makes a turn at some point in time in the ahead of you. Nothing is stopping you from going, but the map is no longer useful.
Okay. Well, friends, it appears we are on our own now after this. It looks like this tunnel turns in the direction we need to go. We can continue to follow it, but we're on our own. There's no telling.
That's all right.
Rix's flex as if he would have drawn his sword in wariness, but instead he's like resisting that urge with the group, and he's looking ahead into the darkness.
Well, friends, for the next hour, let's maintain our stealth. If you stay close to me, nothing will notice us, and we can move at least a little further.
All right.
Sounds appropriate.
You begin to make your way down this tunnel. The data slate now black. No more information being transmitted into your suit. Valideus, no more. No more.
I imagine.
No, go
I
ahead.
imagine it's like I imagine Validaeus is like writing it. It's like filling in as we're going.
Yeah, if Valideus is still updating the map, that is exactly what is happening.
That's awesome.
As you make your way down this tunnel, you can see that it, just like the others, this is perfectly cylindrical. It is, those of you on the outskirts of the group are actually walking on a slight ledge because of how like perfectly smooth of a circle these tunnels are. As you continue, you've walked for an hour, 2 hours. You're turning. This tunnel doesn't have any branches. You have been updating this map. You have continued.
Are the sides of the walls like melted?
They appear, some parts of them do appear to be melted, like sort of slag has formed from immense heat.
This has been a bored tunnel.
A board tunnel.
Go ahead, sorry.
What do you mean? Are they using different tools here than you've seen before?
Not that I'm used to. I just believe it was made by a massive machine. One singular.
Ah,
No hand tools.
well, I hope we don't run into that machine.
Okay. As you continue walking, you've walked for close to 3 hours now down this tunnel. Who's in front? I'm curious. Lorenial? Okay. Oh, and Hayes.
Same
Yeah, perfect.
order.
Lorenial and Hayes, you come to an opening. And for a brief moment, it feels as though you are suddenly in a dream. As you enter this opening, there's light, but it's coming from above. As you look up, you see that the ceiling of this sphere and seemingly anything above it has collapsed in. You can see the sky above New Phyrexia for the first time in months, probably years for some of you.
Thank the tangle.
Light is cascading, faint, not bright. There is no... The suns currently are eclipsed by dense clouds, but it's still natural light that is cascading down into this opening. And as the rest of you gather, Valideus, you are stopped in your tracks as there, directly beneath this collapsed roof are very clearly Vidalcan ruins. You recognize the support structures that are still left standing from old data slates and scrolls from your family, from your research into your peoples. You have seemingly at least reached some Vidalcan ruins.
My word. Beautiful. You see Valideus just moving forward towards these ruins, maybe like a little like light scanning thing on his like suit is like going through recording things and like pulling up as much data as on it and just like dusting off stuff.
With your excitement as you rush forward to take pictures and analyze and detail all of this stuff, I need the remaining 4 of you to roll an insight check for me, please.
Oh, insight.
Insight.
Interesting.
Oh my!
Roll
Believe this
18.
is still standing.
17.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
19.
Okay. All of you see from the middle of the pack, you see from behind you, rush forward. And it's made even more prevalent because Valideus leaves the Pass Without Trace marker to go detail all of this content.
It's been more than an hour. That's long gone.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Sorry.
Cool. No. You're totally fine. But something doesn't sit right with you. All of you remember the conversation with Valideus about the map. All of you remember the conversation with Rix about the direction you were supposed to be going. Valideus remembers looking at the map top down, right? Northeast was the direction of the conservatory, and you took a tunnel south, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the 4 of you come to that realization while Valideus is rushing forward to analyze these ruins.
Rix.
It would be
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You guys go ahead.
All right.
Is
Rix
this
answers. Yes.
Is this something you've seen before? Have you been this way?
Has he?
You have not.
No.
This is farther.
He has
This is farther through the Mephidros than you have traveled before.
Yeah, Rix
It's-
conveys that much.
It's not right, is it?
No.
This isn't where we should be.
No, this is not where we're meant to be going. Whatever Valideus is finding, it's not the conservatory that we are meant to be going toward. I don't know what could be here. But most of the Dalkan settlements have long been appropriated by Gataxian forces. Stay vigilant.
All right.
And yeah, at this point, Rix does draw his sword, and he's gonna start following behind Valideus, trying to make sure that he's not about to get jumped by something.
Okay.
I would like to step up with Rix there, and also cast Divine Sense.
Okay.
Ooh, good.
Circle Breaker. As you break forward to catch up to Valideus with Rix, you feel this hyper gravitational sensation beneath you. You begin to walk, and as soon as you're about 30 feet from the edge of these ruins where Valideus is, your feet plant perfectly to the ground. I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. Wisdom. Did you guys?
Oh gosh.
When you guys thought of a rogue paladin, do you think wisdom was the dumb stat?
Uh-oh.
Oh God! I still rolled 19.
Hell yeah!
It's a 20 flat.
Dang.
Go robot.
Wait.
Yeah.
And is there mirror things?
No, robot. It's your birthday.
No. No mirror thing.
Circle Breaker, your feet plant. I just shook my whole desk when I did that. That was crazy. When your feet plant, Rix, you see rather, because they are walking next to you. You see them stop dead in their tracks. This is not a normal, I'm going to stop walking now. This is
Yeah.
something physically stopped Circle Breaker in his tracks. They cannot move forward. You see Circle Breaker,
Oh,
your
God.
eyes, they fade. They almost become pinholes. You can still see Circle Breaker. I want you to know that in this moment you are still fully aware and fully aware of you're fully aware of your surroundings. You know what's going on, but your entire eyesight focuses down to a pinhole. You see almost like a camera iris close on Circle Breaker's eyes, Rix.
Oh gosh. Yeah, so he's gonna like stop in place and like whirl around. Gonna attempt to send a message. What happened? Did a spell just hit you? Do I need to dispel this? Like, basically the gist of what is going on. And I'm also going to try and signal to Valideus if he's even looking at me, which he might not be, to
I'm
like stop.
I'm currently looking at like old pottery
gosh.
and like an old like spring
Yeah,
contraption or something.
what I
things,
thought.
and just, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like afraid to make noise, but it's like, oh no.
Oh. Do I? So here's a question: Is my eyesight is gone?
Your eyesight is still there. You can still
Okay.
see. It has focused down to a pinhole. So, think like you are looking through a door's peephole, essentially, in each of your eyes.
Okay. And I have no idea what happened.
You currently have no idea what happened.
All right.
Also gesture to like stop the rest of the group while this is going on. Or like just draw attention to this.
I'll say distantly to Rick's, overwhelming, unsure what happened. Eyesight is just a hindrance at this point, and I'll try to close my eyes. I'll try to close my the light on the glyph on my forehead will dim completely,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll pull out my sword, and I have blind fighting of 10 feet,
Okay.
just in case.
As you finish relaying that message back to Rix, what you hear is a very loud series of static interruptions interspersed between random syllables of Circle Breaker's speech. So like a phone cutting in and out. You're registering half of each word, but not the full, you don't have the full context for what they're saying in this moment. Circle Breaker, you start to feel this energy surge from beneath your feet. It crawls up through your circuitry inside of your legs, up into your body, and it feels like you have been recharged in this moment. Something deep within you feels like you could run double the speed that's already ludicrous, but you can't move. And you start to hear static climb in the back of your mind as it crawls forward. And you recognize the series of codes that are essentially rapidly firing through your cortex right now. You recognize that this code is Mir in origin, that this is a remnant of when Mir would communicate with each other on Mirrodin using more than just spoken word.
Yeah, we have telepathy.
Yes. You feel this code. It's just radiating, it's pulsating over and over and over and over again. He made us, he made us, he made us, he made us, over and over and over again.
Okay.
As this occurs, Valideus, you are up by the ruins. Hayes, what is Hayes doing in this moment? You saw Valideus rush forward. You saw Rix and Circle Breaker make their way as well, and now you see Circle Breaker is stopped in their tracks.
Yeah, Rix is like kind of holding his head, like, yeah, like it's clear that he also like got some backlash from whatever this is.
I think Hayes would try to get Valadaeus. Like, hey, you just like kind of come like, I don't think this is the place we're supposed to be, man.
I'm just like,
I
think this might have
I
been
would
a
not be
patent
getting it.
office.
It's doing something to Circle Breaker, my guy. I do not think we should be here.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna now drop my interest into the stuff and now focus on to Circle Breaker.
I'm sorry. I have to. Hey, I'm so sorry. Did you just say I think this must have been a patent office?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I needed to clarify because that was incredible.
Does Circle Breaker know if Valadaeus' armor would have like a mirror receiver, like an old like a Hapshod?
It would be unlikely. In most of the resistance circles, it is uncouth to use body parts from other resistance members to like enhance yourself in any way. That is very much so seen as like something unspeakable, right? That is something that a praetor would do to somebody.
Sure.
The mere are above that, and the mere in resistance is, for the most part, above that.
Could if words are coming out half shot on me already, is there a way to relay this in Vidalcan?
Do you speak Vidalcan?
I do.
Then you could try for sure.
Okay. I will attempt to relay it in, like, if I know Valadaeus is turning his attention back.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw as you attempt to push through this signal interference to transfer this message.
Okay.
I also speak Vidalcan.
I got a 6.
Not.
A 6. You are pushing to the absolute limit of your mental capacity to try and get this message out. Valadaeus, you hear this static climb in the back of your mind. It is interspersed with partial syllables that you recognize to be Circle Breaker's voice, but you are struggling to make out any of the content within it.
Valdes has probably now made his way to Circle Breaker and is like kind of scanning and looking him over, and he's gonna be like, I fear he may have activated a Vidalcan defense mechanism of some sort. I'll try and reverse its effect, and I'm gonna try and cast a Dispel Magic on him.
Okay, sick.
So any spell 3rd level or lower ends on the target, and if it's 4th level or higher, I have to do an ability check.
Yes, so you will have to do an ability check here.
Okay.
Ooh, wow.
The DC is 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay.
Oh man, that's not good. What's the stat I'm rolling on?
It might be your ability, your cast, your.
Yeah, it would be your casting ability.
Oh, okay. So 13, but I'm gonna use my last flash of genius to add 5 to it to make it 18.
Okay.
I think specifically it is an Arcana check.
It's an Arcana check.
Oh,
I
shit.
think. Quite sure. But it is still intelligence, so that is still.
Nope, it's make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Right, my
Yeah,
bad.
I'll make it up to 18.
Yeah. You are making your way towards Circle Breaker. Circle Breaker, in this moment, as you push to transfer that knowledge to Valadaeus, you are momentarily, in order to do that, you are momentarily weakened, as this overwhelming signal just takes over everything in your mind. He made us. He made us. It's just repeating. But then you realize that beneath that code, you can see a map has been hardwired into this signal. You see a line in your vision, in your low aperture vision. You see this faint blue line that leads from the spot you are magnetically stuck to. It leads to the center of that building and stops.
Okay.
Valadeus, as you make your way over, what does it look like when Valadeus casts something like Dispel Magic? Up till now, he's been a very analytical, a very technically focused being. So I'm really interested to see what your spells look like.
Well, his spells are, as an artificer, especially on Mirrodin, very tech-based, everything. So trying to dispel this magic is probably pulling out like a console of some kind, like some kind of like troubleshooting machine or like interface for like hacking, and he's going to be scanning over, maybe even plugging stuff into Circle Breaker and stuff, and like seeing things and like rerouting code and trying to find exactly like where stuff is coming from signal wise and things, and cancel out those things. And like, because there's so much magic and technology already working around Circle Breaker, it's kind of figuring out what is foreign and weird needs to be dispelled.
Yeah. As you jack in, as it were, to Circle Breaker, to Circle Breaker, you see all of this code. It's flooding through your system. Do you speak Mir at all?
I do not speak Mir.
Actually,
but I speak Vidalcan.
But you do.
That helps.
This code is in a language that you cannot comprehend in this moment. Is flooding across your screens. And all at once, as you're frantically trying to stop this signal that is passing through Circle Breaker at this moment, it all stops. Your screens go blank, and then you start to see the normal stats pop up. Everything is going back to normal. Circle Breaker, your feet, all of this new electric power that has been rushing into your body this whole time is flooding back out through your feet. It almost feels as if the very heat inside of you is escaping. You are becoming chill and cold again. And your eyes, the apertures, begin to open and widen as you see Valadeus there standing in front of you. You see that you are surrounded by everybody. They've all kind of made their way back to you to make sure that you're okay. But in this moment, your mind is clear of that code, and you are free.
Circle Breaker, are you functioning?
I am now. Can I relay the blue line to Valadeus' map? I'll do that. I'll say I was stuck. A code, mirroring code overtook me. The code was repeated in a bit form. He made us over and over again, but
he made us.
Deciphered a blue line, a signal of sorts leading to the middle of the ruins. We might find a clue there, but I apologize for losing my will.
Nothing to apologize for.
Yeah.
Circle Breaker, do you think it was Amir who wrote this code, or does it feel antagonistic? Vidalcan?
I believe it was Mirren. I think they used me as the easiest conduit. If the apologies for distracting.
No apologies needed. All right, here's my apology for the rude question, but who made you?
No, I'm not sure. Would I know?
In this moment, go ahead and roll me a history check.
History. Oh, that's ball. 13.
13. you have a very vague sense of history when it comes to New Phyrexia. This is a plane that has shifted its allegiances, shifted who controls it, shifted who even lives on this plane so many times that even post its Mirrodin days, it has never really known a day of true peace, as it were. As you try to recollect mere history, the name Memnarch is kind of raised to the forefront of your mind. They are not an entity that you know much about, but they are an entity that has sort of been passed down in circuitry and folklore since the Praetors have kind of taken hold of this plane. Um, so that's as far as you can kind of recollect. You don't know necessarily that that's who the code is referring to, or even if Memnarch is the creator of the mirror in this moment, but that is the name that is pulled to the front of your mind.
Yes, possibly the Memnarch, the father of Mir, but it's unsure. This data is degenerated.
All right. Was there anything else in the code?
No, that I'll point to the Validace's map program. In the code was that directional. It leads to the center of the ruins, I believe.
Well, perhaps we should follow it and check it out, but very carefully. And keep an eye on our friend here and make sure he's not overridden.
Is this the place we're supposed to be, or is this all a distraction and we need to go north? I can't imagine there being a second Vidalcan ruins here in the swamps.
This is most definitely not where we're supposed to go, but perhaps it could be clues.
All right.
Clues are good.
I remember mention of the mirror being a key. Perhaps a small discovery here will help us open a door later.
All right. So you all begin to make your way into the ruins, correct?
Yep.
As you all... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I said yep.
Okay.
Can I do a quick safety check on us before we move? Like, is anyone watching us experience this?
Yes, for sure. Anyone that would like to roll a perception is more than welcome to. I have your passives.
Yeah,
I have your passives up, so...
Natural 20. That's a 29.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
Anybody want to try to roll higher than a 29?
No. I
No?
can't.
No? Okay.
Not possible.
Yeah, not possible.
Lorenial, you gaze around this almost perfectly cylindrical opening. As you gaze up, you can see dirt and dust and just debris floating through the air. It catches the light that's cascading through this opening. The ruins, clearly at least 150, 200 years old, incredibly dilapidated. But when the light hits certain parts of this building, the parts that are left, you see this brilliant light teal, almost cyan shimmer off the side of the building where the exterior is still intact. You see remnants of a massive tower that is just crumpled in on itself. You can see huge pieces of rebar and structure jutting out from the top of this tower, but from the center of the tower, you can see that there is more. It clearly collapsed inward. You can see all along the ground, this building forms almost a perfect hexagon. It is incredibly mathematically built. every side of this building is an equal distant. Every tile inside of this building that is left appears to have been placed exactly where it was meant to be to line up perfectly with the rest of the tiles in this building. This is clearly, with your travels with Valadeus, there is no doubt in your mind that this is Vidalcan. Everything about its very nature screams, analyze me, right? And I almost said analyze me, senpai. And then I did, so it's fine. But as you're gazing around, you see tunnels that continue on. You see ichor that is leaking down from the sphere above you, that is just leaking down from where this roof structure had collapsed inward. You see huge chunks of rusted steel just embedded so deeply into the ground from when this collapsed. It's a sight to behold. There's so much history here that you can feel, that you can see when you look around. But as far as you can tell, you're safe. You don't see or hear anything approaching.
I think Lorenia was putting together in her head that this has to be the tower. This is exactly as it was described, the base going down into the core and further. But she just doesn't understand. And then she remembers in the briefing, we were told there were strange things happening, temporal issues with maybe the location of places. She's open to the weird possibilities here.
All right. So you all head into the ruins? Yes?
Yeah.
Yep.
As you make your way in, for my magic users, which is all of you, you all feel this is
Yeah.
the first and a very rare time I've ever DM'd for a party of all magic users. It's pretty weird, actually. But as you all enter into these ruins, there's a weight. You're familiar with the weight of like dense magic. You're familiar with the weight that the weave can impose on areas that are heavily enchanted. This is not necessarily on a new level for any of you, but it is unexpected. As you enter Circle Breaker, it's hard for you to walk into this building. I would like you to roll me a strength saving throw as you begin to enter, and it physically feels like this building is attempting to push you away.
Okay. Hey, that's rude, first of all. Second of all, strength was my dump stat.
Oh.
Nat 20, though!
Holy
Yo!
shit!
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's go! Never punished. Never punished. It physically feels as though an entity much bigger than you is pushing against you. But your
I'd allow that to happen.
but your desire to stay with the group and perform the duty that you agreed to keeps you moving forward.
There's a small bit of a mantra. I guess there would be, I would likely be audible to the people just next to me. It would be, I find my desires forming to the will. My desires forming to the will, and then I just to the will, and I just keep like walking like heavy footfalls now.
Okay.
Just still with the group.
As you all enter this ruin, there in the center, exactly where Circle Breaker indicated on the map, you see a small opening. As you approach, you see that this opening is perfectly hexagonal. It is to scale with the building, meaning if you enlarged this, it would line up perfectly. And it is pitch black. You cannot see the bottom of this opening. It is surrounded by those perfectly placed tiles. Each one shimmers with that teal cyan color when the light catches it. And in this moment, that's where you are. I would like to know how you'd like to progress.
I'd pick up a rock and drop it in the hole.
Of course you can.
Just see if I can like hear how deep it goes.
For sure. Go ahead and you grab a nearby stone. It is actually a fragment of the carved stone that the Vidalkans used. It's actually just a literal fragment of this building that you drop down into this hole. It falls for 30 seconds, a minute. How long do you wait?
Until I hear something.
How long do the rest of you wait?
That's a deep hole.
A minute passes.
That's a deep hole.
2 minutes
probably only a minute.
pass. 3
Guys,
minutes
I think this
pass.
hole's pretty deep.
No sound.
How big is this hole?
It is roughly 6 inches in diameter,
Oh, okay.
and it's pitch black
Oh,
inside.
it's a tiny hole. Okay.
Strange. Okay.
I'm gonna look up at Rick's and assess that we are not fitting in there.
I have so my sword, when unsheathed, gives off bright light within 40 feet and dim light within another 40 feet. You know, I'm just like, might as well stick a light source in it. I will just try. I will just attempt it. I will see what happens.
You're,
Put the sword in the hole.
reverse master sorting.
Someone's never played Ocarina of Time. You do that all the time, buddy. Okay, it's not
All the
reversing anything.
Hey, I know that. I was just saying the reference out loud.
When you do, you plunge your lit blade into the hole. You see instantly. This is your weapon. You know this weapon inside and out. This has carried you through countless instances of turmoil and just conflict. It feels strange. The second it makes contact with the event horizon, essentially, of this hole, as the sword begins to enter, the flame disappears. There's no light emanating from it.
Needs to know where this is going. I'm gonna pull my sword back out.
You pull it out, and as you do, the flame is reigniting. The sword is still lit, unharmed, but the light does not spread within this opening.
I'm gonna
I stick
pick
my
up
finger in the hole, guys.
What'd you say,
Stick your
Ace?
finger in the hole.
I'm asking group if I should stick my finger in the hole.
That sounds scary, but go ahead.
To admit, I'm
That's why I
curious.
want to do it.
It's your hand, not
I'm
mine.
gonna stick my finger in the hole.
Rix isn't going to say anything.
Okay. You stick your finger in the
Rix
hole.
is not volunteering.
I didn't take note of whether or not you had any resistances. Do you have any resistance to electricity?
No.
Okay,
Electricity.
correct. You stick your finger into this opening. The first thing,
I'll put my finger in the outlet. I see how it is.
very first thing you notice in this instance is that your finger vanishes.
Whoa.
But it doesn't just vanish.
Oh.
It feels like your finger's gone when it enters.
Oh.
And as soon as
That's
you
my
get like 1, maybe 2 knuckles of your finger into this opening,
Don't say
shut the
knuckles.
hell
We have
up.
knuckles.
Say
How
knuckles,
else
dude.
would you like me to demonstrate it?
Don't say that.
I'm fingering the hole.
As you get 2 knuckles deep into this unknown orifice, you take 9 points of damage as you are electrocuted.
You know that's.
I'm so sorry.
We're cooked.
As you are immediately electrocuted, you feel this energy rapidly course from your finger up through your arm. As you yank your hand out, you feel it pulsing in your wrist. Your finger is fine. I don't know, has anyone but me ever touched an electric fence?
Oh
No.
Okay,
All
cool.
the time.
So you know the exact feeling I'm talking about, where you can physically see the veins in your wrist pulsating after that.
What?
That's the experience. That's the sensation that you're dealing with now. You can feel it. It feels like your body is still coursing with this electricity, this lightning.
Just like flexing and unflexing.
Yes, exactly.
And
All of the
nobody else stick your finger in the hole. Don't do it. That
Oh,
was
don't
bad.
worry.
We weren't thinking of doing it.
What happened to
What?
it?
Oh. Electrocuted.
Oh,
I put a fork in the power outlet. That's what happened.
but it felt gone as well.
But yeah.
Interesting.
Why would a map lead us to an electric hole?
It was a near signal. Perhaps this is some kind of charging station or near travel. I'm not sure.
I stick my arm in the hole.
Circuit breaker, put your finger in the hole. Yeah.
circuit breaker.
Wait, are more people putting things in the
Yeah.
electric mystery hole? Okay.
Yes.
It's a D&D party and we found a funny thing. We're gonna do things with the funny thing.
Maybe an Arcana check.
my
would be
favorite
appropriate?
Beatles album of all time, The Magical Mystery Electric Hole.
Yeah.
So circle
I have
breaker.
a-
Are
I
you
have a
doing an
good,
Arcana check, or are you plunging your arm in?
My Arcana is balls, dude. But I do have. I'm gonna stick my arm out towards it.
Okay.
The eye on my crest is going to glow a bright pink, and I'm going to abjure the extraplanar.
Okay.
I
That's a
don't-
spell I've legitimately in my entire life never seen cast, so I do have to look that up.
It's
It's not
just-
a spell.
it's the Oath of the Watchers.
Oh,
ability.
okay. Even less
It-
chance of ever seeing that.
Yeah, it's just I present my holy symbol, and each aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. I'm gonna try to make scare the hole away.
Yeah. Okay, so your thought process here is maybe the hole is extraplanar?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
hole is evil.
And if it's a creature, it runs away. If it's a if there's nowhere to move, creature takes a dodge action. But mainly my ability is sense the extraplanar and castigate it.
Sure. Okay.
Good word.
As you reach your hand out, as that crest on your forehead begins to glow, I need everyone that is surrounding this hole to make a dexterity saving
No.
throw.
No,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
fuck. Sorry. Everyone has +2. Everyone has +2. Son of a crap. Are you
Oh
kidding
my
me?
Oh, I got a nat 1.
We have what? +2, right?
Yeah, you +2.
Big
got an
old
8.
5.
Exploding
Aw.
hole.
I am going to use my reaction to re-roll the saving throw by
Okay.
pulling on the little silver sleeve. You can see the suit. Instead of being silver now, the whole thing just like spreads out and turns black.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
It's a once a day thing, so it'll be normal again tomorrow. Oh yeah, okay. That's a 20.
Do you, is that
Yeah,
like
I
one of
also
the
got a dirty 20.
Neuroc ones, like the stealth suits? Give
It
you
is,
a
yeah.
little evasion? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
This is a dexterity saving throw?
It is a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, 28.
Okay. If you rolled beneath an 18, you take 5 points of force damage. If you rolled above an
I sure
18,
did that.
you take 2 points of force damage. Every one of you is pushed 10 feet back. As you
Okay.
go ahead.
Ow. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
As you say that, you notice that the hole that you just tried to abjure, I'll look up what that word actually means later. I don't actually know if you can even use it that way. I don't know if you can abjure something.
You can abjure a hole.
Yeah, you can abjure a hole. That force.
She abjured my hole till I force damage.
Oh my god.
Woo!
We stuck a finger in it.
Yeah.
It shocked us. It got bigger.
Sorry, Critical. You gave us a sexy hole. We're gonna
I
play
love
with
it, dude. I'm in love. No, it wouldn't be D&D if we weren't making lewd jokes, you know?
This is very Edge of Eternity's appropriate.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You as you are apologizing and kind of checking on yourself to make sure everything is okay, you realize that the hole you just tried to absorb, that blast of force energy, was the foundation of this building being
Stop.
ripped open.
Stop it.
No.
The
Eternal.
hole is no longer 6 inches. It is closer to 12 feet wide.
I'm gonna drill that hole.
Where are we?
You are on the edge of it. You
Yeah,
all
we're
got
all
pushed.
pushed
You
back.
all got pushed 10 feet
Oh,
back.
God.
You are all on the edge of this opening.
My Discord just the last thing I heard was 6 inches. What happened? My Discord like froze.
Well, you know, it's not appropriate for me to make. No, I'm just kidding.
We stretched the hole.
You stretched
Yes.
the hole. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
you,
yeah.
It's
6 inches. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
It's gauge.
God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Y'all
Who's
ever
got
heard
6
of Quest
inches?
for Karn by Robert Wintermute?
What is this?
I'm sorry.
Never
I'm
mind.
trying so hard not to laugh. I missed what you said. Please ask again.
Oh gosh, no, it was a okay. I just said y'all ever heard of Quest for Karn by Robert Wintermute?
No.
The
Oh.
Scars of Mirrodin novel. No, okay, anyway, it's
Oh,
got
yeah.
lots of puckered holes.
Oh,
Sorry. The joke fell flat. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
The hole is now close to 12 feet wide. But
Said.
here's the thing. You can see inside of it.
Oh,
Let's go.
that's new.
Let's go.
You
What do we
all
see?
see now, approximately 10 feet below you, is a steel grate. It is a steel grate walkway. There is a subfloor to this building,
That's a
and
great
you
walkway.
have opened your way into it. You cannot see
I am-
below the great walkway. I will say that it is clearly a walkway that sits above a large chasm of some sort. You can see some faint fog beneath the walkway, and you can see that it traverses in 2 directions.
First of all, I did not know that would happen. I apologize. Second of all, are we all here? We're all good?
Yes.
Okay.
You're all right.
I think what you may have done may have opened this.
Ah,
They don't call
The
me circuit
beer
breaker for
the
nothing.
key. You've unlocked it.
Yay.
Hooray.
Is
How
it still
far down is this?
It is about a 10-foot drop, so you could easily drop down if you want. You all have, you know, basic explorer utensils. So you have rope and stuff as well.
Mhm. Want to rope to something?
I
Gives a way
onto
down.
it's down. It's a straight down onto the grate, right?
Correct. Yeah. The grate is wide. The grate is about 10 feet wide. It covers most of this opening.
Okay.
I will take the end of Hayes's rope and just dangle it a little bit into the hole to see if it gets shocked or if anything crazy happens.
Nothing happens.
All right. Let's go.
All right.
Tie the rope around a piece of rubble or something,
Yes.
so we have a way in and out.
Yep. Absolutely not a problem at all. You all tie the rope to one of the large steel beams that had fallen into this opening, and you descend the 10 foot onto this grate. Behind you, now, facing in the same direction, is what appears to be a collapsed tunnel. It appears to be this walkway continued but that opening has collapsed. You see steel, you see rubble, you see rock. Go ahead and roll me a perception check while you're down here. Anyone that would like to.
I'll roll a perception check. Oh, it's better than a 1. I got an 11.
Shoot.
I got a 24. Sorry, y'all. This is my one job.
I got a 12.
In a good D&D
Looking
party,
for
everybody
my
has the one job. That's what makes a good party, you know? Loreniel, you are gazing at this rubble, and as you're looking around, you see that beneath this is... You are looking at the roof of the sphere below you. You are looking out. You can see just nothing but darkness. And where the rubble collapsed, you see rocks, you see iron. Beneath one of those rocks, you see a small hand. A hand that looks remarkably similar to Circle Breaker's.
Oh no!
As you face the other direction, you see that there is very clearly a door. Valadeus, you would recognize this door immediately. It's very reminiscent of the Vidalcan architecture that you grew up learning about and studying. So you can clearly tell that this door is Vidalcan in origin. But yes, Lorenia, you do see that whatever caused this collapse, there were casualties.
I'm gonna move up to the rubble because I know Mir don't need to breathe. There's a possibility they may still be alive.
Sure.
Hello? Are you there?
No response.
Lift the rock off him first.
I'm asking first. Questions first here.
Every good D&D party needs the one person that won't stick their finger in a hole.
Perhaps some of you can help me. I need to move this rock. I will attempt to move it with my weak little arms.
I will go straight there.
Okay.
Yes.
The first thing you see directly in front of Loreniel, because she was trying to communicate with them, is the small unfurled hand of Amir.
Okay. I take the tip off of my middle finger, and there's a long straight needle, and do I see any head, anything like that?
You do not see any head.
Okay.
Please don't break a skateboard.
Okay. I will look, and I can't calculate the weight of that rock to move it.
It's important to note that it is not just rock. It is also steel and clearly reinforcements, like structural reinforcements.
Okay.
I don't know if we're getting this off.
If we had more time, I could work on my suit to, better customize it to do some excavation work, but at this current moment I cannot.
Would this be something I could use mold earth on, or is this too, like...
I joked about that before we started, but that's brilliant.
Let me see what the parameters on mold earth are.
It just says dirt or stone. I can see within range that fits within a 5-foot cube. At least that's as specific as this description goes.
If you target an area of loose earth, you can instantly excavate it, moving it along the ground and deposit it 5 feet away. So yes, if you wanted to use mold earth,
yeah,
you totally could.
You do that. Move that rock.
Yeah, you pull this rubble off. It's I want to know, what does it look like when Hayes uses mold earth? You're the only human in the group.
I think it kind of like it's like that one of those like junk gadgets was kind of like point at, disappears, like point somewhere else appears.
Yes, that's incredible. What's really interesting about where you're located, when you pull all of that rubble out and drop it, you never hear it fall. You never hear it land. It falls into the abyss beneath
Magical.
you.
Oh no.
But then you see them lying, their eyes crushed, their head crushed, their body barely recognizable as a mere body. Their feet and their hands and part of their neck joint are the only pieces still intact enough to recognize that this was a mirror at some point in time.
Yeah, I don't think he's alive.
As soon as that's over, Circle Breaker will look towards Hayes, give an acknowledgement of thank you, go over to the mirror. There's the middle finger has a cap has come off, and there's a needle there, and he's gonna find the back of the neck where it would be, and insert the needle. It's a needle of mending.
Okay.
And I'm gonna attempt to knit some structure together to see if we can find extract a data core or something.
That's beautiful. Yeah, so as you jack in, as it were, to this other mirror, immediately, and I do mean immediately, as soon as the needle is fully within the data port on the back of this mirror's neck, that signal rushes through your body. He made us. 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 Over and over and over and over again. Just repeating. As long as you are making physical contact with this mirror, that is the only sound that is echoing through your head.
Oh. I'll try to hold on to it for a little bit to see if anything else blanks out, like in the underlying data.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me an investigation or an insight as you're trying to parse through some of the fringe code that is kind of flowing through you.
Okay. I'll roll an investigation check.
Sounds good.
17.
Okay. Perfect. You realize that he made us is a fragment of a code. You realize that based on the structure of the sort of underlying information that is being passed through you, that he made us is essentially one syllable of a word. It is a partial directive, if you will. And with more time, you would be able to analyze this code and actually extrapolate what the full message is.
Okay. Do I get like feedback hurt or anything if I stay with it?
You do not get hurt at all. Nothing is hurting you at this time.
Okay. Can I tell what their designation was?
What its designation was?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to word this properly. This mirror was being used as an information node by the Vidalcan's scholars that once operated this observatory. This mirror's entire purpose was to act as a database, a collection point for data that the Vidalcans were any information that the Vidalcans were gathering from this observatory while it was still operational.
All right. I will attempt to. Knowing that, I'll attempt to extract all I can. Did it have its own name? Did it have its own name?
It was never given a name.
Okay. I'll extract what I can.
You are able using the mending needle. You are able to extract the full data core.
All right. I'll transfer that to Valideus.
Okay.
Oh, you probably see Valdeus was kind of almost like flashlighting around into unknown abyss kind of parts of this like place we're in,
Yeah.
and thinking
Yeah.
about what Alral had said about them studying paces beyond the plane and things, and trying to wrap his head around that a bit.
Sure.
Oh. Cool.
In the,
It. This is the only mirror here.
it's the only mirror you see, correct?
Okay.
You were able to move. You were able to move about 5 feet worth of rubble out of this opening, and from what you can tell, this was not a tunnel. This was a room. You can tell because the walls are smooth. You can tell that at one point in time they were either painted or had some sort of lacquered coating on them. The stone beneath them has very clearly, meticulously been masoned to be as smooth as possible. And clearing out 5 feet of this rubble, you can see that something further down in this room collapsed and all of the rubble poured forward. You can kind of see that it climbs upward towards the roof of this room.
Okay.
I'm sorry we couldn't save it.
He completed it. It completed his designation. I believe that there is nothing more they could have done in this moment. But thank you, and thank you, Hayes, for letting us find them.
What
I
do
do
you
what
do
I
with
can.
your dead?
He will tip the mirror over into the abyss after the data core is extracted and given over. He'll find it.
In this moment, Imnirix, as you're kind of watching all of this occur, as you're kind of watching this ceremony, if you will, as far as like the mirror are concerned, and as far as like a mirror can have a quote unquote ceremony, it dawns on you that the mission is done. You were sent to the observatory to retrieve a mere data core that was transmitting a continuous signal, and you have that data core now.
Well done.
I suppose that is
That
what
was
he
easier
said.
than I thought it would be.
It was.
So much to learn and study. Yeah.
Zareth will be pleased.
So you know that the rest of the mission is to return that core and keep it out of etched host hands.
I'm gonna look the other way, right? This way was the collapsed room.
Correct.
What's the other way on this walkway?
The other way is a doorway. Is a closed Vidalcan door.
Is it far?
It's about 20 feet from you.
I'm gonna go over and look at it. I'm not gonna touch. Just
Sure.
look.
It is completely opaque. It is not transparent. There's no windows or anything like that. You can see there is a small nodule where a door handle would normally be. You've seen Valadeus use tools similar to the make of this sort of like entry system, but the door is closed.
Valadeus,
Yes. And I kind of head over to that direction.
Sure. As soon as you turn around, you
have to
see
see it
that.
open it.
Yeah.
I'm going to investigate the door.
Do so. Roll me that investigation check. You can roll with advantage because it is familiar
that's nat 20.
technology. Okay. Don't roll it. You know what? You can't. You know what? Actually, you can't roll with advantage. So take that. Yeah. You investigate the door. You can see that the lock mechanism is still operational. There's a small red light that's still blinking. You recognize this. This is very similar to the locks that your family, your parents would have had on a lot of their doors growing up.
I'll say perhaps there are more Mir we could talk to on the other side. I'm open.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. As you reach down, you as you reach down to kind of punch in the directive to open. Um, you know that the code on most Vidalcan doors is the same. This is for efficiency. This is for it's just 1 2 3 4 over and over again. No, you know that
Password is
this is
password.
you know that this is for efficiency, and because no one but Vidalcans are meant to enter these rooms, enter these facilities, right? And so it's fine that all of the codes are the same because any Vidalcan is allowed to enter. Um, and so you punch in that all too familiar code, and you hear this distinct air release from around the door as it swings inward. Um, and you see a darkened room. You can see the light cascading from where you are in. You can see that there's a floor. You can see that you could clearly go in, but there is no illumination inside of this room currently.
I will pick up a rock, piece of rubble or something, and I'll cantrip light onto it and chuck it in.
You chuck this rock in. It bounces a couple of times, and each time it does, a flash of light reflects off the walls. This is a small room. It is roughly 15 feet. It is a perfect hexagon. But the thing that catches your eye as you throw this rock in is the glints of light that reflect off of eyes.
Oh.
And when that rock stops moving towards the back end of that small room, you see that on each wall of this hexagonal room sits perfectly still 2 Mir. Their eyes off. There's no light emanating from them. You can see that they have where their hands would be, they have wires that are going directly into the ground beneath them. There are 12 Mir in this room, lining the walls, all in the exact same position, all with their heads lightly tilted down, all with wiring coming from their body in various areas straight into the ground beneath them.
Oh.
I have speak with metal if they're unresponsive to conventional conversation.
They are unresponsive.
Okay.
Are you going to use speak with metal?
Is Circle Breaker able to attempt anything else first? Like telepathy, possibly?
Circle Breaker hadn't moved yet. He dipped the mirror into the void.
Oh, yeah.
And then has not moved yet. But
we'll be probably calling you over to this room once we see them in there.
Yeah, and yeah, as soon as you mention something, he pops up, turns his head, sees the mirror, try to hit telepathic link.
Okay. You telepathically link with these Mir. And all at once, you have 12 voices ringing through your head. He made us. He calls to us. He made us. We will find him. He made us. He calls to us. We will find him. Over and over and over again, 12 of these Mir voices ring this phrase out in your mind over and over again.
I'll relay that. It's the same message, uninterrupted by degradation.
Correct. No static. Completely clear.
They are I'd hit a relay of designation again. Are these also information nodes?
They are information nodes, and you can tell based on the code that is flooding into your system telepathically
Yeah.
that the only things still operational within these mirror are the data core.
Okay.
He
Okay.
calls to us. We will find him.
It is.
Well, I think I will still attempt Speak with Metal, because the thing with Speak with Metal is that you can target construct creatures, but also metal objects.
Yep.
And I'm betting that these hollow shells of mirror count as metal objects.
They
So,
absolutely do. Yeah, you could question them about their history.
yeah. So, yeah.
As the 12 were kind of bombarding me, and the message is the same, and there's nothing, and I see Rick's taking over. Circle Breaker is back out onto the grate and kind of heaving against the grate and looking into the void.
Rix kind of like sends like a glance toward Circle Breaker, but then decides that whatever they're up to, they probably don't want company. And he kneels down, and the multicolored plates of his body like slide and interlock as like his large form like folds like into like half his size, so that he is like eye level with the shattered mirror. He reaches out. Yeah, he reaches out and he murmurs verse under his breath, poetry, calling to the metals, calling to the materials that thrum underneath the surface of all things. And I'm going to cast Speak with Metal. I'm going to just inquire these shells in as gentle a voice as I can, if that even mattered. Who are you? Who were you?
We are the Information Node Collective.
Is there anything you can tell me about the role you played?
Yes.
That's it? Just yes? Okay, I will attempt some leading questions. Your information cores. What kind of knowledge were you assigned to store?
Vidalkin.
What did your masters investigate?
They speak in very monosyllabic speech. You get the feeling you are almost communing more with with the actual metal that their body is composed of, instead of their actual data core, as it were. And that's why the speech is much less complex.
Right.
They studied the extraplanar. They studied the void.
Discover?
There was no discovery.
Also, I'm relaying all of this to the rest of the party. So if everybody else has like other questions, we can attempt to get information out of them. Just like anybody else can ask, and you can assume that Rix has relayed that.
I was about to pull up the spell, but you would note, do we have a limit of numbers of questions?
It does not have a limited number of questions. It has a limited duration. That's how it's written right now.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, but it is just that the intelligence and knowledge of like certain metal objects is likely limited, like based on their intelligence and their scope, their complexity.
Yeah.
So that's the limiter. Yeah.
So cool.
I knew I had to put this spell in Mirrodin. It's such a great place for it.
But they say they studied the extraplanar, and then they say nothing was discovered.
I'll turn it that. Nothing was discovered, or nothing was confirmed?
Nothing was discovered.
Do you have any more knowledge on who made you?
There's a break in the signal. You hear again, he made us. He made us. He made us. He made us. He made us.
Can you tell us more about this figure? Who is he?
There's another long pause. There seems to be this instance when you ask about their creation that Circle Breaker, you recognize this pattern of speech in a mirror. You recognize when a mirror is being asked regularly to betray its directive.
Uh-huh.
And even in tech death, as it were, these mirror are still grasping onto the last sliver of code that they were ever given, that directive, right? And so you recognize that a lot of these patterns of speech is their immune system essentially when something attempts to have them betray that directive.
Oh. So they must have been directed to keep this information confidential then.
Yes. The code led us here to this and led us to this place. What, if anything, are we gleaming from the data core given of the one outside?
Valadeus would have to spend some time analyzing the data core in
Okay.
order to extrapolate a lot of that information.
Okay, understood.
Ought we to download their cores as well and remove them? Do we think if the Phyrexians came here, they'd be able to discern the same information?
Most
They would,
definitely.
yes.
We need to destroy this place.
Or at least clear it of usable information that the enemy could exploit. Shuldred is clever. Information is her playground. She will make use of even the smallest scrap that is left behind. The smallest drop of ichor.
As I feared.
So I think we should get to work, gently disassembling these shells and taking out anything that can send a message.
Sure.
And also, I guess also just looking out for, errant drops of, Phyrexian oil or anything. Anything that is dropped that could be used by a skilled enough ichor mage to reconstruct information about this place that we don't want.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the main things that you notice, Imnirix, is the scent in this room is incredibly sterile. You know the smell of ichor. You know the smell of oil. This room is clean.
Ah, yes. Lovely.
Well, that's a relief.
But if the plan is that you guys begin to disassemble these mirror and remove the data cores, with Circle Breaker by your side, you have no issue with that. You are able to successfully remove all 12 of the data cores. I am curious though, Circle Breaker, are you downloading this information into your own data core and then giving the physical cores to Valadeus, or are you just giving them to Valadeus?
Well, I think we would discuss that.
Valdez is probably thinking that he only really needs the one physical that you gave him to look through and stuff, and the other ones are just we need to destroy or get rid of.
Okay, so the fact that I could, we can give you the physical core of all 12 and a mega bank downloaded, and you'd be fine with that. I think for redundancy, I would also like to harbor the code.
Okay.
If that's all right.
Of course.
That's it.
So
that's a group question.
Oh yeah, yes. What does everyone else think about this plan?
Because
Makes sense to me.
At least
I don't understand any of this data. You manage as you wish as long as it's not going to be released.
Yes, Rix will only contribute the thought that any information carried within oneself is vulnerable then to any compromise of that self. As Phyrexians, we guard our ichor most jealously. For the dross pits, the Dross Pits even has a black market trade in stolen memory fluids for this reason. The information integrity of the self is not so secure, but do as you wish and protect yourself thoroughly. At least you are no Phyrexian and you have no ichor to be spilled.
I am stalwart against all endless terrors, even those that lie beyond the stars.
Okay. So does that mean that you're downloading all of them?
Yep.
Okay. Circle Breaker, as you collect these data cores and you plug in,
there's like a memory thing of like mending it. Like these are all pristine, right?
Correct.
But there's a mending is a cantrip for this needle, right? So it's just like putting them. I imagine like putting them all into like what I would consider like a state of gentle repose.
Yeah. I love that.
So, yeah.
That's a really sick way to think about that.
Yeah.
As you download all of this information, almost instantaneously, because that's how quickly the mirror can transfer information to one another. You are all privy to witnessing these vibrant, beautiful colors that wash across Circle Breaker's eyes. You see the sigil on Circle Breaker's head begins to flash and radiate these deep purples and these bright, vibrant cyans over and over again, almost like a wave is cresting across his visage. You hear...
I bet that ferrofluid's going nuts.
Yes. Circle Breaker, you hear, "He made us. We will find him. He made us. We will find him. We will find him. We will find him. Found." And then with a snap, this room erupts in a violent, bright flash of light. And as that light fades, all of you are still standing within 10 feet of each other. Except it's bright. You look around and there are suns in the sky. And the ground around you is reflective and chrome.
Oh.
And that is where we will end today's session.
What?
Oh.
Wow.
Did we go back in time?
Okay.
Are we in the surgical base or no? Oh no. Yeah, wow, that's wild.
Time and space means nothing out here.
Did we go back in time, baby?
Damn.
We don't know. We don't know. Those were just the signals in the dust. We have to wait.
My signals lying dust.
That was incredible.
So that was the end of today's session. I want to thank everybody that's still hanging out in chat, all of the amazing people that donated during today's session. I can't express how much fun this was. I was really anxious before this, but I'm so head over heels with how good this all lined up.
We got whole jokes. We got spreading whole jokes.
Yeah.
Someone said gape on the stream.
Yes, someone.
Someone. So with that, I just want to remind everyone out in chat right now. The donations are going on all month. There's no pressure to do it right now. If you donate, every $5 of that donation enters you to win products like pre-release kits, sealed boxes of magic. I have altars and proxies coming from individual artists like Turn 1 Proxy. I've got the Nightmare Bundle posters, a set of those as well that will be framed as raffle potential. I have sealed Magicon exclusives, so all kinds of incredible gifts that will be given to you for just donating. And all you have to do is donate $5 to enter the raffle. It all goes to an incredible cause. I've been MTG Critical, the GM for this game. I'll GM the next episode this next Sunday. And I would love to give everyone an opportunity to sign off of the stream. We'll go in reverse order this time. Lit Yara, please let the people know where they can find you and what you got going on.
Yeah, so I'm Lit Yara again. I'm the author of Listener's Guide to New Phyrexia. I am Lit Yara on Blue Sky and Lit Yara-Mirror Lake on Tumblr, and I am largely a Vorthos essayist. I'm also a homebrewer, obviously. I am working on this book. It has been my pride and joy for years and years, and I'm finally putting it out into the world, and I could not be happier that this is how it publicly debuts. So this is the only session in which I will be present as a player. So unfortunately, Imnirix is going to be off doing other duties while the rest of the party continues to explore. But I am going to be providing behind-the-scenes support for this campaign, as well as any other game that anybody else listening would like to be running with Glistener's Guide, any other streams, feel free to reach out to me. I will be here to provide support. I may or may not hang out in chat if I can make a Twitch account. But yeah, I've been so excited to hang out with you all. You will be seeing more of me. Hopefully, I will be a player on one of these one day. That would be awesome.
And I just want to cut in really quickly to let the people know that the Glistener's Guide is stunning. The amount of work that has clearly gone into this supplement is, I don't know how. I genuinely don't know how they're doing it for the most part on their own. I know that they get a little bit of feedback from plebs like me and other people that get to explore this with them, but there's just the sheer amount of passion and work that has gone into this. It was... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, you can find the preview on mtglore.com, so you can see what everyone's talking about.
Yes, it's incredible. I highly recommend you check out the preview. It will get you so hyped to run a game on this plane. It's just a blast to read through. And so we thank you, Lit Yara, for joining us, and I thank you so much for agreeing to let me use this so publicly and have you on the stream. I know you said this is your first time, and I just
this is my first stream. I am honored to be on it. I was on Good Morning Magic, but that was not live.
I'm honored to have you on it. But yes, and thank you. And so we will now move on to Gwen, the dragon. Hit us.
Yeah, I'm Gwen, stream best shiny thing aficionado. You can find me on Blue Sky at Gwen the Dragon, posting bad jokes and images of things I spend too much money on. For YouTube channel, JumpTG on hiatus for now, but hopefully be back at the end of summer.
Hell yeah. Hell yes. All right. Jane Plays Magic. Hit us.
Hi, my loves. I'm Jane Judge. You can find me playing Magic over at janeplaysmagic.com if you want to see me do that. I also have an entire Monsters University homebrew campaign on my YouTube, so RPG enthusiasts may enjoy that. It's silly, it's horny, it's bad. We have fun. Next Saturday, I will be at twitch.tv/JaneJudge playing some CEDH at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and then Sunday I will be here doing this. So that's where you can catch me next week.
Yes. All right. Lana War with the 2 L's. Hit us.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Lana War Ricky. Go check out that Monsters High RPG. I played a Frankenstein prep, so some of my best work. I'm an editor for Jane Plays Magic, so check out our episodes on YouTube. I put a lot of work in those. Tell me what you think. I'm on Blue Sky too.
Yeah. Side note about that. My partner, who has been modding this whole time, is like 10 feet from me in our office, and they have a huge smile on their face. They collect Monster High dolls. We have a whole curio cabinet full of them, and I saw the smile when you said Monster High RPG. They just like lit up. So it's exciting. And then last but certainly not least, hit us, Oz.
Least is fine.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm Oz. I do art and magic talks on Blue Sky sometimes. Happy to be here. Happy to play a mirror. It's really super sick. That's literally been a dream of mine since Mirroring came out. I was playing 3rd edition when Mirroring came out still, I believe. So that's super cool. But yeah, this is awesome, and I'm so grateful for Lit Yara to let us pilot this, and I'm just excited. I'm excited for next Sunday.
I'm also incredibly excited for next Sunday, and so
Yeah.
I will sign this stream off by saying thank you again for everyone that donated. We have officially raised $125 just during this stream. I cannot thank you all enough. From the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my family's heart, this is a charity that means so much to us. So, thank you again, and I will see the rest of you next weekend, and I will see the rest of you tomorrow night for a Magic the Gathering stream. So I will see you guys later. Thank you so much.